Hey guys, what's up? We're live.
Hi, we're
Hi, Mom.
alive.
We're a little late. We got
Flood.
talkative. There's a
My
plumbing
room
slash
flooded.
foundation issue in one of the characters. So yeah,
Yeah.
but he's a
Zanzibar
trooper.
is swimming.
He's a trooper. He's gonna keep playing even though his room's flooding.
Even though I'm flooding, I'm gonna play.
Dedication, guys.
If
Dedication.
it comes near my PC and I go out, there's a reason.
It's not that bad, is it?
No,
Okay.
it's like it like reaches half my room.
Okay. That's that's about the worst I think it's ever gotten.
It's about I think the first time was the worst
Yeah,
because it hit my doorway.
But
well, you had
anyway.
no barricades.
Anyway,
But anyway.
Bring it back, come on.
Welcome back to StackedDiceRP. This is our Icewind Rime of the Frostmaiden game. We're going to start off with a roleplay question for the characters. This week,
do you
the
like to
question...
swim?
No, it's got nothing to do with swimming, but it's all about parents and siblings. What relationship does your character have with their parents and siblings?
Go first
Go for it, Cray.
because mine's easy. None.
Easy and sad.
Never really had a relationship with any of them.
I'll go second because it's easy. Presumed dead, all of them.
Same for me too.
Welcome.
I'll go third.
No, I'll go third because it's easy. Known dead.
It's just getting worse.
Hey, you
Like,
don't
if
go
you
adventure.
apple.
You don't go adventuring if you have a happy life.
I mean, it's true. Nobody like stable with their home life is out risking their lives every day.
I'll take fourth C's. I couldn't tell you.
Well, we just left his family. But yeah.
Yeah,
that's
that's
true.
your family,
Really,
man.
my family is doing just
But
fine.
fourth sees Papa.
Except you're mad at them right now.
Papa?
The sign.
Yes, read the sign.
Yetis
Yeah,
are
they're
stubborn.
So, yeah, I mean, those guys are doing fine, but my biological parents, I couldn't tell you.
Papa? Where's my Papa?
I mean, I think it's probably pretty clear for most people in the group right now that current would be none, just because we're out. Most people are running away, but I know Cray didn't really have any chance to build anything with anybody. I don't know if anybody else ever got a chance, but yeah, Cray was pretty much on his own. Kobolds, they become adults, I think around the age of 5. They're considered adults. And that was at the age when he ended up having to be on his own.
Man, if it was like that for real life, 5, just get a job. Move out.
Yeah, I moved
so
out by
easy.
23. I'm happy.
I was out at 17 pretty much.
Yeah.
I was out once.
So, what about you, Xanavor? I didn't think I heard yours.
He did because Xanavor does not feel comfortable to disclose such information because he doesn't know it well enough.
But this is
Questionable.
talking.
Zach,
How did that
Questionable.
be you?
daddy issues.
Well,
No.
Seeing as how-
I thought of another one because we all seem to have something in common. Cracked foundations.
Fuck off.
Oh, that is, wow, you pulled that shit full circle. That is some true DMing.
I'm gonna call off work and make E have you do bulk.
It was good.
That was real good. I think he earns inspiration.
I try.
The
Okay.
DM earns inspiration.
I think-
Okay, I'll use it. I can use that. It's fine.
Nope, take it back.
No, he'll use it on the animes.
I changed my mind. Arwen, how about your family? I know you dreamed of your dad.
Yeah,
Eddie.
dad's dead. Mom, I think, is still alive, and I have a missing brother. One missing brother, and the other one's dead. So, that's the situation on that.
Do you talk to your mom? Like, do you guys have a
Yes,
conversation?
sometimes I write her letters, but mostly lately it's been kind of hard to. But other than that, yeah, brother missing.
Kailani had no siblings. She was the only child, and her parents adored her. It didn't spoil her, but taught her a lot of things. Like everything she knows is from her parents. And so watching, her parents literally get murdered in front of her definitely had an effect on her. And that's why she's out doing this, is to not really avenge her parents, but prevent the same type of death from happening to others.
She's a one-fish school.
Yes. Man, you are on point tonight, Zach.
Fire.
Like, just dropping left and right.
I'm waiting to get something thrown at me.
I would like to just say, because the point of these questions are to kind of help us learn how our characters interact and just kind of get help with role playing and stuff. One thing to inform that goes off of this is that even if Cray didn't have this backstory to tragic backstory like you typically have in D&D, orphan or whatnot. Kobolds, they don't have parents. They all lay eggs and they keep them, and everyone takes turn watching the eggs essentially. And they don't even really. I don't even think kobolds
It's a
really
communal
even know.
family.
Yeah, they don't really even know their true parents. Everyone's just family.
Yeah.
And
They ever laid an egg?
Everyone's basically family to them.
There's no real gender roles. The female and the males both do the same jobs. In fact, if there's an imbalance, they'll switch sex. Males become female and females become male to help the better of the tribe. So, little fun facts about kobolds.
Welcome to Lore Drops, brought to you by StackedDiceRP. Kobolds.
So has Cray laid an egg?
Cray has not laid an egg.
You think he'd lay an egg in front of Xanavor?
Well, so I was going to ask Ray if, like, the relationship with Xanavor is kind of like a family knit, like you're kind of looking for that. If since you left your, you guys were
That's a very good point to bring up. I mean, I would say that's definitely something that he may not know it, like, but subconsciously, it probably That probably is something that's going on. I mean, he was saved. He has technically been fed and taken care of. Even though I would say Cray probably watches out for Xanavor just as much, if
well,
not
that's
more.
the whole role thing. You guys are fulfilling those roles like you would in your, what do you call it, clan or your family, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. So jumping into combat.
Yeah, we'll disclose some of Xanavor.
Your story.
Go ahead, Eric.
No, I'm just getting set up. I got to do the recap still.
Xanavor does not have a mother. He was not technically born. He was created. He was an experiment that was given life by Dad, who he doesn't get along with. Let's just say that if they were in a room together, one of them would not be walking out.
Everything changes, guys.
Yeah.
So you were made. Are you a eunuch?
Last I checked, no. I don't look. I just stick it out.
I would also like to point out that this stuff is all out of character. So just because we talk about this stuff doesn't mean the characters know. And also something I would like to point out, since we're talking about role play stuff and our backgrounds and stuff, we haven't really done a whole lot of that talking with each other. So we should.
I mean, it's only been 8 sessions.
Yeah, no, true. No, I'm just bringing that up.
I was 18.
Definitely not 18.
No,
Oh,
it's like
I don't know.
That would have been like two or I don't feel like doing math. That would have been a lot.
You guys have been running for a little bit too, though. It's been one
Yeah.
thing after the other.
Yeah, we really haven't had time to sit down, but I think it is something to think about next time.
We are all officially homeowners together, so there's some level of commitment there that we made to each other just on the DL, I think.
And not all of us are forthcoming with everything at the same time, because we're all like, I don't know if I trust that person
Yeah,
yet,
everybody has their own secrets they're hiding.
It's more like we don't really know each other well enough yet.
I just wanted to kind of bring that up and remind everybody that, you know what, we really haven't talked to each other, and we haven't really done.
And we never will.
I mean, there's plenty of groups, D&D groups out there that don't, so.
Well, if you die today, it's not going to be an issue.
Oh my god.
Thanks for being so optimistic, Zach.
Just making sure.
You should say.
DMP should say as the turn order pops up on our screen. Dun, dun, dun.
Well,
Row initiative.
recap though, before we get back
Oh,
here,
shit, yeah.
we got to figure out how we got here exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys ended a long rest after having a little bit of a chat between Castiel and Malak outside the cave. Didn't go so well, but moved on. Walked back in, pissed off, woke up, continued your journey up the mountain where you found a tiefling frozen to death at the top of the mountain. There was a little bit of a plateau, ice and snow, where it had a large shard of ice, where you saw an snow-like creature seem to crawl out. Spoke to Kailani for a couple minutes, and then he called forth another guardian of the area. Then proceeded to have a bit of a battle between everyone. Most of the melee fighters were not in the best sorts at the moment, as it seemed to explode with lightning every time it was hit. And it had one hell of a bite. After
Don't
defeating
forget the
it,
elk.
So did our
after defeating him, you had a little bit of a religious prayer. Trying to think of a word. With Umberly, to try to figure out how to break the ice, which you figured out to be thunder damage channeled through Umberly as you used your channel divinity for the first time. After the ice broke, there was a beautiful trident that turned out to be the Tide Spark, the weapon of Umberly that you were told. It was then struck with lightning, taking away some of the powers. You summoned another elk, made your way down the mountain,
Beautiful.
rapidly, across the tundra. You covered about 2 days worth of travel up and down the mountain and across the tundra in about a day. So you're actually getting pretty close to your target. But you had to make camp for the night, as the elk
ran out of
disappeared. Ran out of elk. You found a crevice underneath an overhang of ice, which, after a couple minutes, Sanzakov started hearing scratching sounds coming from down the path. So he opened up his lantern. He sees a large creature with the face of a snowy owl and the body of a polar bear as it shrieks at him. And that's where we're picking up. So, Zanzakov, what do you do as this thing starts screeching?
Yelling, "Everybody get up!" And I'm going to fire at it.
Real quick, Zach. I was up with Zanzakov.
You were.
Yeah, Cass was up with me.
I was waiting for real quick, Zach. I speak Owlbear. Okay. Like, I can talk to this thing.
Oh fuck, my blueberry.
Give me a moment.
Yeah. Okay. I was expecting that for sure.
I'm gonna shout for everyone to get up, and I'm going to fire at it.
Okay, well, go ahead and roll initiative, because it's
Yep.
not a surprise round or anything, so it'll just be straight initiative.
Him or everyone?
Everyone.
Oh come on!
As you did.
Token.
Call
I clicked
out.
the token.
I didn't click the token.
That die went from an 18 to a 4.
Aw.
That's the one thing I hate about the die. You can see the potential. And it's
Yeah,
just
I
like,
don't
no.
like the die. It didn't do the die for me at first.
Just
and
wait until we're all rolling actual dice in person.
that I like.
I need
I
to
think
buy
It's
four
the
dice.
same thing, it's just not on a computer
I know,
screen.
but it doesn't do it slowly in front of my face.
But if you
Like,
drop it from your hand instead of an actual roll, it doesn't count.
I don't see it. Is it on Roll20? Because I don't see it. on
D&D
mine.
Beyond, if
It's-
you roll, sometimes there's dice, sometimes there's not. I've had it where there hasn't been
Click on your
dice,
token.
and then
Oh, well, I'm using, what's it called? D&D Beyond, so it's not showing it.
click
I'm
initiative.
using D&D Beyond as well. I have an option that I turned off that was called issues, and since then it rolls a dice for me every time. And in the bottom right-hand corner, a black box pops up and shows
But
me
you click
everything.
the initiative button.
Yeah.
How do you turn on the options?
I don't remember.
You're gonna go
Okay.
to click on your token,
Yeah, I did.
or do you have
Where'd
dice
you roll?
rolling checked?
In the settings thing?
No, it should see your token, your class, and then there should be a box that says dice rolling.
Oh, I see
And then
that.
it'll say Eric character manager level, game log, short
I
rest,
didn't
long
touch.
rest.
I didn't touch that. I'm gonna turn that off.
No, I just see my token and like the little
If you
cog
click-
and the mega glass.
Top left-hand corner, if you click your picture
I did.
on D&D Beyond, it'll pop up and there's a big box. So you'll see it. It'll open up like a menu and it'll say dice rolling and it'll have a toggle.
Just click the cog wheel.
Ah, okay, I see it.
Yes.
As a test, I'm gonna roll something because I want to see.
A lot of 18. Zach, you'll have to fix mine because it's actually an 18.
Oh, if I turn it off, I can't roll.
Yeah. Well, if you turn off, you can still roll through roll 20, but it won't.
Yeah.
It won't show your roll.
Okay, well then I gotta turn that on.
And it also shows what everyone else rolls.
I clicked my dang initiative or my dang token. Why did it not go through?
Did
know
you?
I clicked it. Yes.
Did you click off of it when you were on D&D Beyond?
I was clicking all over D&D Beyond, so maybe I took.
That's
too long or
probably
something.
why.
How
Oh,
do you
it's
add
okay.
yourself? How do you add yourself? In?
So just click your token, roll
Uh-huh.
again, and then edit it in the turn
Oh,
order.
okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, you can. If you click your number, you can edit it in the turn order.
Yeah, I knew you could. I just forgot. I forgot there was something special we had to do. Did it not do it again?
It says you have 19 for me.
No, I rolled again. Oh, it's still being dumb. There it goes.
Hey,
I
rolled
rolled
19
19
again.
again.
Told ya.
It didn't go through again.
Told ya.
Man, I think you're technologically.
I'm clicking the token. I'm literally clicking it.
Click harder, not smarter.
Click. I clicked the token.
I don't know if you clicked the token.
I think it's D&D Beyond.
I think it's you.
I rolled a 10.
I see 10.
It still didn't put me up there.
No, it's not going to. You need to now go and
Zach's got to do it.
yeah, and add you over there, and then you just change it to a 10.
No,
Yeah,
well, I mean,
but
what
see,
Austin was saying
He's
should
right
work.
though,
I've done it
because
before.
I rolled and whatever and got an 18, and I was like, shit, I forgot to click my token. So I clicked my token and did it,
Oh.
and now I'm on there with my 20.
And then you can edit
Oh,
it.
I'd say you can edit your number.
Oh,
Click your number in the turn order,
done.
and you can change it.
Alright.
Yeah, y'all
Never
think I'm
knew that.
crazy.
So with that,
Thanks, Austin.
Yep.
Yeah, DM, I can't get it. Won't. I don't know. It's not transferring over.
are you
Hey,
on the
psychological
right
challenge.
browser or browser?
I'm on Chrome, yes.
Okay.
Oh, do you have the
You have
puzzle
Beyond
piece?
20?
Yeah,
I have it both
The
open.
BTT?
Oh yeah, because it's rolling.
No, but you have to do the BTT thing.
Oh yeah, you,
That's what it is. It won't work if you don't do the puzzle piece BTT thing. That's my technical term for it, by the
I
way.
don't know what that means. But
BTT.
YTT?
Maybe.
Waikiki.
You have Beyond 20 downloaded, right?
Yeah. It's that
I know.
plugin that he needs.
Right. So on your
It-
browser, on your
Uh-huh.
upper right hand side,
uh,
on D&D Beyond, hit that
There's a-
puzzle piece,
yeah, I see it.
and then hit Beyond 20,
Beyond 20, that's it.
and it should highlight red for a second, or have an
It opened up a little tab with options.
Yeah.
just click
That's
off
the-
that. Now go ahead and click your token and roll again.
Then you can change your number.
Click. I just clicked my token for verification.
Go ahead and roll.
Rolling. Didn't put me over.
You broke.
So okay, what you
I
need to do?
I don't
Stop.
think it's registering that I'm touching the token, even though I click it and it's pulling up. I don't think it's
So
registering.
what you want to do is click the the B die, so the beyond 20, in your taskbar, or not taskbar, but
Yeah.
Chrome bar.
Yes.
Okay, and it popped up a small window or a small tab.
Yes.
Click more options.
Oops. I clicked out of it. Whisper roll, add areas, more options.
And it should give you a bigger tab bar.
Mhm.
You're gonna go down to where it says add initiative to turn tracker. And make sure that is selected.
It is.
It is?
Maybe turn it off, turn it back on.
Yeah, that can work.
Add tiebreaker
Looks like the
to
old
initiative
school.
rolls.
Go like fix everything. Turn it off, turn it back on.
Sorry, everybody. Technical difficulties.
Doing it live.
I mean, Zach, I would say just add, if you can just add me in. I had a 19.
Listeners along for all the thrills that is playing D&D online.
Yep. Oh,
Sorry.
You are okay. 19.
That's weird. That should work.
It's probably my computer.
I don't think it's my computer. I just think it's not, something's not right.
That's you. That's usually the answer for anything that's not working
You
correctly.
should say.
Well,
Right.
I mean, like something got messed up when I messed with my options or something.
Well, you're up first, so what are you doing?
Oh, Kailani or someone rolled a 20, didn't they?
No, she had an 18.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Okay, I was like, okay. Well, shoot, I wasn't pretty. Okay. Well, I'm going to.
So you are
shoot it.
prone on the ground at the moment. So
I'm going to get up and then I'm going to shoot it with a short bow. That's not it. Shoot. I just rolled the wrong thing. But it's the same. It's the same die. Same modifier.
18.
Uh-huh.
Okay. 18 will hit. And max damage. Alright.
Damn.
Craig just jumps up and pulls back an arrow and launches it down the pathway to hit this large creature. It roars out in pain. Its turn. Don't like you.
I mean, are we certain this thing's hot?
Oh dear.
Oh, it's hot. Wow.
It is now that I got shot at the moment. It goes to the thing that it shot. So one attack with a beak. 9 for a miss.
Oh dear.
And claws, 9. Seem to have injured it to where it was not able to hit you, being quick and mobile. Arwen, you wake up and you see this large creature run into the camp.
I'm gonna run up to it because I kind of woke up before.
Make sure you're unmuted. There you go.
That's what I was trying to do. Okay, so I'm gonna run up to it. Obviously, I'm gonna try and talk to it. That's just kind of what I do. I talk to random animals.
Okay. Make a.
I was about to something to really.
What's in there? So go ahead and make an animal handling check with advantage. 23. Roll one more. Alright, so yeah, a 23. So you run up, you cast your spell real quick, and you feel the connection to this creature. You've seen these creatures before. You've actually been around it for a little bit. It turns to you and goes, "I just wanted food and you attacked me."
No, I wasn't. No.
I am so sorry about what just happened. If you're hungry, I am more than able to give you some food. Are you alright?
Large thorn.
Thorn? Where's the thorn?
The arrow.
Or where did it?
It's like in this front left shoulder. Left.
Are you okay with me trying to get it out of you?
We are currently out of initiative. Go ahead and make a medicine check. As it walks over to you. As long as no one else fires on it, it is placated.
Oh. Hold on.
There we go.
So a 4. Not great with medicine.
I'll come over seeing this. We're out of initiative.
Yeah, she starts to grab the arrow and pull out, and you know that's not a good idea.
Oh, I do that. Must treat the wound first. Is this safe, Arwen? And are we okay?
Yes, we are safe. Well, I think so.
Just kind of squawks at you, and you understand. I won't hurt her if she does not hurt me.
Just no more shooting. No more shooting on it, and then he'll do anything.
Okay, just please warn him that this may hurt a little. But I put away my trident.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Call Gwen. Gwen, because she can talk to this thing, can't she?
You would assume.
Oh, it looks like Gwen's mama.
I know, that's why I'm like,
Big
I'm
Gwen.
like, different.
Similar. Not quite,
Similar,
though.
but not quite.
It's like the difference between a greyhound and a German shepherd.
Both very cute with German Shepherds, Peter. Yeah, so I rolled a 21 on my medicine check to try to gently pull the arrow out without causing more damage.
Yeah, you kind of crack the arrow shaft so that it's easier, and then you kind of twist it a little bit, and the owlbear cries out in pain a little bit, but you're quick enough that it's gone quickly. And just kind of backs up.
Oh, it's okay. See? I throw the arrow away to show him. No more arrows.
Kind of lowers its head. Do you have food? It says to Arwen.
Yes, I have food. Over in my backpack.
So I'm gonna
Run on over.
Okay. Yeah. You run over back to your pack and pull out a ration or two. Or do you still have wolf meat?
Zanzigoth has wolf meat.
Whipped cream?
Wolf meat.
Wolf meat. Okay.
Whipped
Figure it out.
cream.
That's what I heard.
Alchemy jug of
I
whipped
was like,
cream.
what's in that jug? What?
Don't worry about it.
Cass just looks at the owlbear and is like, hoot, roar, hoot, roar. Doesn't expect a response, but still.
Yeah, it seems timid when you approach, but it's currently placated. It's not being aggressive.
Hoot, roar, my friend.
Arwen, what does it want?
He just wants food. He just wants
I'll
food.
take out a pound of wolf meat and I'll throw it about right there.
Okay. Yeah. Turns around pretty quickly and starts sniffing it. You see it pick it up in its beak and start throwing it back into the back of its throat.
We're gonna have to kill more wolves. I'm only
Or
down
we
to 5
tell him
pounds.
to chew. If we don't want him to choke, make sure he chews his food.
Where's his manners?
That
That's
every
okay.
creature is Yeti-like, yes. Some creatures are just simply creatures.
Are you alright, Mr. Owlbear? You have a name.
Chaka.
Huh?
Chaka?
Chaka.
Chaka. Is that what you're saying?
Chaka.
I can't
Frere Jaka? Chaka.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Chaka. Okay. Oh,
Papa.
Frere Chaka?
It's Frere
Papa!
Chaka.
Papa?
Papa Chaka.
Papa Chaka.
I'm sorry, I heard Papa?
Was
Is that all that you wanted, Mr. Chaka? Just food?
Do you have more?
Not a lot.
You get the feeling that this creature, knowing a little bit about them, could probably put down about a pig a day.
Definitely not enough. Ooh, Arwen.
Gwen's about the size of a
How
pig.
about the big pot that we're after, and like all the food, and maybe he'll help us
Ooh.
because that's a lot of food. But
Oh,
a lot of,
How's an Albert going to help us?
how is an owlbear not going to help us?
I'd rather not bring this thing into town.
I was just about to say we're about to adopt another animal.
If you bring this thing into town, people are going to attack it. And plus, it has a life. It probably has a family.
Mr. Chaka, is it just
Oh, you
you?
make sense. Kailani just excited for more pets.
I can make you more temporary pets.
All right, but see, it's the word temporary that makes Kailani sad.
He speaks up. Yes, I have a mate somewhere in the wild looking for food as well.
Okay. He says that he has a mate that's looking for food.
We have a stable if you guys are looking for shelter. That's about all I can offer.
We do have a
I don't even know
stable
what
on
to
the
do.
outside of town. Like, it's on the outskirts of town. You can see them around. Cover very guard owlbears. Oh my
A
god.
stable that's currently being renovated into a shop.
Is it?
Well, we also have a horse. Where's the horse going to stay?
In the shop.
It's not eating my horse!
Leave the horse
Mr.
alone that we never use.
Could we summon temporary food out of the bag of tricks?
Wait, sizing both these animals up, does it look like the owlbear could carry more than the horse?
Let me check the strength of the horse.
Wait,
Shit, I was just kidding.
know. I need the horse.
I kind of want to know now.
But Cass would definitely be thinking this.
Yeah, he would be like,
I'm pretty sure an owlbear can pull more than that horse.
I'm guessing that
Depending on
too.
what kind.
Yeah.
Now, when you say horse, Cass, exactly which horse are you
Choose your
referring
words carefully.
He's a moose.
Well, I'd rather not answer at this particular
to?
time.
The second horse is in quotations for those that aren't seeing me right now.
Oh yeah, the owlbear is definitely stronger than the horse by about 4 stat points.
Oh my
Jesus.
god.
Yeah, the horse is at a 16.
I'll go
So
back to
now
my
Cass
turn.
is looking at Owlbear and Zanzibar. Owlbear and Zanzibar. What can carry more? I'm
Which
kidding.
one's quiet?
I'm really.
I'm going back to my tent and starting making wicker with the brewer's kit.
I'm going back to sleep.
Not bad.
Uh,
Go for it.
Kailani
I don't know
sees
what the hell
Cass.
I'm gonna
She may just stand outside of Zanzibar's tent just a little bit, just to protect.
Well, and to be honest, technically my shift is over, and I'm now also captain.
Yeah. I would guess Arwen's probably going to be taking the next watch.
Probably. I'm gonna be talking to this thing.
For a while now.
You got 10 minutes unless you want to cast again. You still got to take a long rest. You've got plenty of time, so you can use all your spell slots if you wanted.
I'm gonna go take a rest, seeing that Cass is now asleep.
So during your rest, you can still continue to talk to Chaka or Gwen or the horse. I think that's all the animals you have at the moment
Yay!
that you could speak to at least. Everything else is asleep.
So much fun.
Arwen's definitely the most popular. She has all the prey.
All the
So how's all my animals?
Chaka says, I'm still hungry.
Oh crap. I gotta deal with that.
So there was this thing that we had gotten possession of once before. It was a big pot that had food in it. Have you possibly seen it anywhere or anyone else?
Sorry, her dad's watching another streamer.
Oh, it's all good.
We don't have walls.
Traitor. What a traitor. God.
Right?
Yeah, Tim.
God, how dare he?
That's hilarious, guys.
But yeah, you were telling Chaka about the cauldron? Is that what you were trying to say?
Yes, the cauldron. That's gonna confuse everyone.
Wow. Yeah, Chaka says endless food is always a good thing. Though I do prefer meat over liquid.
Oh no, there can be meat in it. We can add in whatever, like fish. Wolf.
Fish would be good. Do you have fish?
I have a little bit.
Gwen just kind of looks at you. Can I have some fish too?
Oh crap. Yes. Yes.
I win, yeah.
I'll kind of like pat her head a little bit.
Looking with
Thank
the
you.
exact same face that's in the token.
Aww.
Oh, sweetheart.
Who-
Taking a piece to each of them.
Are we gonna keep this Chaka around, or he's kind of big?
Well, I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know if there's gonna be enough food for all of us.
Oh, we'll find some. We'll figure it out. We'll see what the rest of the group says whenever they wake up.
I mean, we'd have to hunt some more.
Well, you can help too, little one.
Okay. And just kind of waddles up next to you.
So, Chaka, who's your mate? How long have you been looking for food?
We have been out on the tundra for about 6 moons. We've only found a spare wolf or two. Not enough to feed 2.
Do you know where she's at? Or at least the general area?
We have a meeting place. To meet her there in a couple days.
Have you, by any chance, seen any travelers, like I said, with this pot? Cauldron?
There was 2 with a wolf attached to a sled. Go by not too long ago. Few hours at least. Very fast.
Was it just a wolf? Was it just the wolf?
Yes, there was just the one wolf. 2 people like you. 1 small though.
2 people like me?
Wearing fur.
Okay, well, why don't you help me keep watch?
And I'm not even
Why don't you help me keep watch, and maybe we can discuss with the rest of the group about.
Hey, Dad. 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 Can you turn that down?
Every time she turns her mic on, it's just like, ah!
Thank you.
What were you saying?
I don't even know.
You're talking about the two people on the sled going by?
Yeah, that looks like me.
Why don't you help me keep watch, and then maybe whenever everyone else wakes up in the morning, after we rest up a little bit, then maybe we can discuss a little bit more about helping you guys get food, along with possibly helping us find this cauldron. Are you alright with that?
Prefer to stay away from big towns. Large groups are dangerous. I approached this one and was shot.
I know, I am so sorry about that. We live on the outskirts of the town, and we'll be able to try and keep you hidden. We'll do everything in our power. As long as you don't hurt us.
Can I have the horse?
No. I will find you something. We will figure it out.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Nice.
One more.
Ah,
Advantage.
I always forget.
Yeah, good rolls. I will stay for the night. I would still rather stay out in the tundra, though.
I
I
mean,
mean, it's whatever you would like. I just don't want me and my friends to get hurt, and I don't want you to get hurt any more than what you already have been.
I will agree. He curls up on a big rock and just kind of plops down.
Good night, Chaka.
Good night.
I don't know, kind of play with Gwen a little.
Okay.
So how nervous is the horse being this time?
Very.
Am I forgetting to talk
Okay.
to
I figured.
Yeah, the horse is back there like, I don't like this shit. That thing's big.
Oh, like this shit. Cass looks at me funny, man. I don't like this. I don't like the way she's going down.
Maybe now I can find out the horse's real name.
horse.
Yeah, this whole time nobody's talked to the horse.
Barely even acknowledge the horse's existence.
Yeah, the horses. We have a horse, and then everyone's like, "You mean the centaur?"
Am I still going with this spell thing?
I mean, if you want to spend your other spell slot before you go to bed, yeah.
No, I'll do it. Maybe tomorrow. We'll talk to the horse. For some
Okay.
reason.
What up, horse?
Yeah, you spend the rest of the night, just kind of playing with Gwen for your watch, keeping an eye out. Chaka's curled up on the rock with a view of the tundra ahead of you. And then it would be next watch, as Arwen would be able to go to bed. Who was doing third?
I guess I will.
Okay. You guys want to do anything, or do you have any plans? If not, we can do a perception.
Warn them. Before
Yeah.
I go to bed.
You can talk to them. You're the one waking them up.
So he's not gonna hurt us, as long as we don't hurt him. and all that he really wants is food. And we'll talk more about it in the morning with the rest of the group. But
Keep him away from my horse.
Talk more about what?
He's looking for food, and the part of me wants to help him, and a part of
We gave him food.
no, he needs. He's got a partner. He's got a lover that he needs help feeding, and they've only had maybe a wolf or two in the past 6 months.
And he's likely to eat me.
He doesn't want to eat us. I've already talked him down out of that.
There's a lot of creatures that would try to eat something my size.
And they will die if they come close to you.
I promise you, he will not.
As long as
That's
it's
my
not
word.
Cray or my horse, I'll be fine.
It's not your word I'm concerned about. It's the big bear's word.
Well, I promise you, everything is fine.
Cray, you just look up at the large owlbear, and you just see these large yellow eyes
Flips through it
just
while
watching you
watch.
watch across.
I feel like that's all Xanathar says is like, fine. This whole campaign is us just dragging Xanathar around, making him do shit he doesn't want to do.
Somebody does. It's just a matter of how we do it. It's like, ugh.
I realized that I was muted. I said, Cray, after you finish having your conversation with Arwen, you look over and you see the large owlbear with these large yellow avian eyes just watching you walk across.
Licking his lips, drooling a little bit,
They
salivating.
kind of like whistle at him and be like, "Hey, no."
Kobolds taste like
Leaping.
chicken.
His eyes close afterwards.
Oh, I'm gonna have my bow ready.
I have my wand ready.
I look over at Xanathar. I'm not real easy with this thing being here. I wish it would go away.
So do I, but I don't think only you and I alone can get rid of this thing. And I don't want it eating you or horse, honestly.
I'm all for helping things, but we're not in the place to help him. We gave him food. We helped him. I mean, yeah, I did shoot him, but I thought he was going to hurt us.
You have every right to do so.
In fact, he would have hurt us. And luckily, we have Arwen that can calm creatures down. But we'll see what everyone else says. And I don't know what. I don't know. We'll see.
You had every right to do so. He was charging, and you thought, I'm going to protect everyone. I was still giving up, but still, I was very proud of you. You were able to hurt it.
I look over and look up at Xanathar because he has to look up. It was a really good shot, too.
It was. You got him right in the shoulder. I think you pierced the muscle or the tendon or something. Unless it's dead, I can't really look, so I'm not going near it.
You watch as it just rolls over on its side.
Xanathar jumps like, ugh! But you did good job. Pats him a little more lovingly, like, well, Xanathar doesn't know, but yeah, you get my point.
Head pats.
So, I guess we should get to, our job, right?
Our job is just waiting and listening and kind of look. I'm gonna look out.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Should I be making one as well?
You can each make one, or you can give someone the help action.
I'll give
One.
Cray the help action because mine's not that good.
Wait, what? Why does that say disadvantage?
Didn't roll as disadvantage.
No, it didn't. On my D&D Beyond, there's a D next to my perception, and I hover over it. It says disadvantage.
Because you're a
But-
kobold and you would have sunlight sensitivity.
Okay.
Yeah. But since there's no sunlight,
Yeah,
But
good.
it didn't roll disadvantage though, so it's fine.
We get to roll again.
Yeah, you have
Oh,
advantage
you
because
You have advantage.
Okay, I forgot that
action.
Eric was.
Okay, 19. It all seems pretty quiet for the most part of the night. I mean, you're definitely keeping an eye on the owlbear laying on the rock, and it just kind of seems to be more of a restless sleeper than most large creatures you want near you. So every time it moves, you dart your eye over there real quick just to make sure it's not trying to charge at you. But all seems well. You can have fourth watch get up, or
think
Do
we
we
need to
have
get-
a fourth watch?
I think we need to get moving. So if we don't have to do another watch.
I'm good to just
oh,
get everybody up and moving.
I walk over to Castiel and kind of nudge him.
Papa?
No, he's not here.
Is it morning already?
Yes, and we have a guest, apparently, a big
Oh,
monstrous guest that our
Oh, the
ranger
owlbears
adopted.
stayed. That's
our hooch
interesting.
friend is still here, I see. Yes, okay, good.
Yes, it seems we're adopting, apparently.
Well, I think we could have done worse.
Would take a
Maybe.
swig
I
of
don't
wine.
know. Actually, I really don't know the answer to that question. Have you tried? Well, what does it want?
By the way, Nas, the alchemy jug for the day is a gallon of wine.
okay.
Yes.
Not good.
Classy.
It's gonna be a great day for Kailani and Xanathop.
And Xanavor, he loves wine.
What
I wonder
kind
if
of
that's-
wine?
We got a
Um,
great there. We got
It'd be like red wine.
Ooh!
Ew.
So some cheap red wine.
Ain't no cheap shit.
It would be cheap. It's coming out of the alchemy jug. You can't change it.
It's Zanzibar making it though.
I'll be the judge of that.
So,
cheap wine tastes good. I don't know what you're talking about.
let me ask you,
Box wine.
why
Them barefoot.
is this thing still here? Is my main question. No one's told me much.
Yeah, so he's hungry and he has a mate. And she is out there in the tundra and they've been out doing this for about 6 months now. So they're just looking for food.
Wait a
Looking for
minute. So
food?
they've been going from camp to camp and just bugging people for
I
the.
think they've just been hunting. They just ended
They've-
up running
it seems
into
like
us.
that they've
We're
been
not like
hunting,
those
yes.
two.
I mean, yeah, Yogi Bear did something very similar to this.
What's a Yogi Bear?
No, as far as I know, they've only had about 2 wolves in the past 6 months. So I don't think that they're really hunting anything else.
So,
I don't think there's many animals to hunt, unfortunately.
and my
I mean-
concern is if we feed it, will it go away? That's what you know. You don't feed stray cats.
Exactly, that's what I'm kind of worried about too. But I just
Well,
let him
I
rest up
mean,
since he-
to be honest, we haven't had much luck hunting either. We've only found the wolves, and we've at least survived on that. And those rations.
Right. The most animals that we've seen has been Zanzipop's animals that he has produced out of his magic bag.
Thank
By
you for
the
finishing that
way-
sentence.
I'm talking like you, and I don't mean to. I don't know how.
should we be marking off our rations? We
Oh,
haven't
yeah.
really been mentioning that.
You guys have had
That's I have,
mostly
You're muted, Zach.
fresh. Yeah. You guys have had mostly fresh meat because you had crag cat as well.
True.
So I wasn't worried about the rations because you guys had plenty of fresh.
Okay.
Yeah, before that we had cauldron food and then wolf meat and then yeah.
So,
Might start getting scarce here soon though.
so we can take this in 2 different approaches, I believe. We can either just start walking and see if it follows, or invite it along.
Well, we have somebody who can speak to it, so I don't. I mean, does it
Right.
is it wanting to come with us? I'm looking at Arwen.
Arwen, I do have to say, this thing is not going to be able to follow us into town.
No,
It'd
and
be
he is
better
fully
off-
aware that
It would
he
sort of
already
be.
doesn't want to go into town.
Right. So if we just start
Funny
walking
sad.
towards town and then we just
Well, that's where
ignore
we're
it,
going.
maybe it'll just realize we're going to town and then fuck off.
Or Arwen can just speak with it and we can
Yeah.
go our separate ways.
That's rude.
Or I can harvest it for components too.
Versus cold shoulder it and
well,
walk away.
I look at
I would rather
Xanavar and
talk
just
to
kind of
it.
shake my head, like, no, not.
Xanavar, that thing you will be its meal.
I can be hopeful.
You
Not
can
to
be
be a
its
meal.
meal. That's pretty helpful.
I said hopeful, not helpful. Goddamn moose horse thing.
I wanted to say something, but it's out of character. Anyway, keep going.
But then on the flip side, I wonder if would it be helpful to have a giant owlbear?
I mean,
It
No.
doesn't seem to want to hurt us.
it wouldn't hurt to have something else, but
I think
This
it
is-
would hurt. We have, they're huge targets. We wouldn't be able to go into cities with him. People would be afraid to.
it's not
approach
going
us.
into the city with us.
Yeah, it could also stay on the outskirts.
Yeah,
On top of
usually
that,
it
it is
doesn't
a-
go
It's
into
not
the-
just staying with us. It seems like it's gonna leave after when we go to the city.
Let's
Just for
think
now.
about it.
How far away are we from the city, Zach?
My
Yeah,
question
it is.
is this. Of course, it's not going to follow us, but now that we have a relationship, now that Arwen has established a relationship, can we, ask it to keep its eye out for certain things and maybe leave tracks behind if they see, people moving through with our cauldron? Like, this is a relationship. Let's establish some sort of, hey, you leave us messages on things you see, we provide food. Let's establish some sort of relationship.
We don't have a lot of food to provide.
No, but
We would if we find that cauldron.
That's what we've had. We
We're
can't.
not keeping the cauldron. The cauldron's
Well, no,
going
but
to
we
the
would
city.
still be able
It's
to
the
at least
used
give them some
cauldron.
food.
This is an uneasy alliance. I'm not
Out
quite
there.
proud of it.
We've literally promised this cauldron to a bunch of people.
No,
We
we
promised it to one person. And we didn't even make a promise. He just said, "Hey, if you bring it back, we'll pay you."
Oh, I tried to give it to that second town for another house.
What?
What?
Yeah. What?
You want to stay? You
What?
want to stay in a town for the Zanthorum. Yeah, good luck with that.
you
The
remember
town
this?
mayor already hates us. By the way,
That
Nas, since it's
Is
the
not
morning,
in charge of the cauldron.
Nas, I'm pulling from the bag of trips since it's the morning.
So we're already getting more pets, y'all.
Or
Getting an owlbear as a pet. He's your pet.
You guys are about where Gwen's at right now.
So we're not that far. Where are we going? Going to Brian Shander or Targos?
Targos.
Okay, so we're
Brian Shander.
we're not really that far from Targos. We're like what, a day's travel?
It's another boar.
Not even. It's 6 miles away. You
Oh,
can get there in a
okay.
couple hours.
Let's just go.
There's no point in this owlbear traveling with us, risking his own life because he's going to be a target, and we don't.
Risking our lives in case it snaps at us because we don't
Yeah.
feed it.
I just don't know what we could possibly offer, or this thing could offer us.
I think if we were going back to the mountain, I would gladly take his company as protection. But we gave him some food. We apologized for shooting him with the arrow, and we gave him some food, and we need to be on our way. He's just going to be putting his life at risk if we, on our way heading to town, we're going to get into more people, and
As always, Cray makes the most sense. out of
people do not like owlbears. I know how people, when people hate you, and I used to have to travel around at night just to avoid people.
I mean, you are a kobold.
Exactly.
We have a lot of people in our group that not a lot of people like. You have a centaur, you have a kobold, and you have a drow.
And I'm going to probably go on a limb and say Kailani fits in that too. She's unknown. People don't like unknown stuff.
Yeah, we don't come up on land very often. That's for sure.
Huh, I'm very
Well,
lucky.
she's also decked out in Priest of Umberly gear too, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get my share of stank eye in the towns. I make up for it by being very personable and likable
What is it?
most of the time.
So I suppose let's start going. Arwen, I guess tell the owlbear it doesn't have much room to sort of go with us because we're not too far out from town.
And tell the owlbear that if we happen across its path, that I'd be happy to share my
Hey,
food
boy's here.
in the future.
Yeah, let him know if we ever run into him again. We'll be more than happy to help him out. Oh,
Tell his mates not to attack us.
Yeah, that's what he said. Okay.
What you doing?
God, this drink is
I'm
delicious.
trying to zoom in real quick. Not get my stuff done.
I'm gonna talk to him again.
Exhausted, drinking
Okay.
tonight.
Cast Speak with Animals. What do you say?
So I talked with the rest of the group. Since you're alright, are you alright now?
It was a nice
Your wound
snack.
How about this? I give you a little bit more meat of mine, and then we can just part ways for now. And maybe if we have to travel back up to the mountain, we can help you a little bit more. But we're going back into town, and I don't want to put your life at risk.
I understand.
I
Deeply appreciate you not hurting us, and I do apologize again for what happened.
He just kind of bows his head, and stands up, and just kind of stretches. Big old stretch.
Can I
Kind of like touch his paw.
just kind of have like that connection?
With a 15 animal handling check? Sure, I'll give it to you.
Awesome.
And just stretching out, big old paw, and you're like, toe beans. Reach out and touch the bottom of his paw. He allows it to happen, and then leans back down, turns around, and starts walking back into the tundra. The opposite direction of where you're going.
Goodbye. Gwen, say goodbye.
Bye.
I know that you don't like it.
Does Cass say anything as the owlbear walks away?
Huge roar. Huge roar.
Does that mean sayonara?
He knows what it means.
So long.
he knows what it means.
He knows
Quinn
what I said.
looks up to you, Arwen, and goes, "What is what's Cass doing? What's he saying? It sounds like weird sounds, but I don't know what they mean."
I couldn't even tell you.
Okay.
You couldn't tell him what?
Oh, nothing. About how
I don't think you understood what she
amazing you
said.
are.
She's just cooing.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
She
yeah.
did speak
duh.
with animal, yeah.
What are you saying, little guy? Little Timmy stuck in the well.
It's hard to remember sometimes. You think that like, oh, she's speaking English, and then they're just talking back in animal, and she understands it or whatnot. But no, she's
know.
actually speaking their language.
Hmm.
I always forget.
Start walking.
Alright, and you pulled a boar. Did you pull your boar onto the map?
Oh no, because we just got to the map.
Okay.
Alright, so packing up. How long of a ride? You said 6 hours?
2 hours.
6 miles, that's right.
Yeah.
That's
It,
about-
it shouldn't be very long.
Awesome.
Boar's going ahead first.
Okay.
Cannon fodder.
Walks
Did you,
onto
was
a
this
track.
boar
and
here
gets
while the
flung.
owlbear was still here? Did we just like conjure its preferred form of food right in front of it? And it
And
was
then
just
tell
like,
it to fuck off.
I
sorry,
don't know what
Yeah.
I was thinking.
Basically.
we really ain't got nothing for you. Thanks for keeping watch, bye-bye.
Don't worry about it.
I felt bad.
Do I just want to pull all three already? Because, nah.
Are you sure you want to get back to town with a parade of animals?
Yes.
Looking like Ace Ventura making an entrance. Oh!
Come to me, my animal friends. Walk through town with freaking 2 giant elks. What's up? Nah, I'll just do one for now.
Okay. Making sure.
They'll control themselves for the time being.
This magic item is so fun.
It's like the perfect campaign for it too.
Just, we're out in tundra? Sure.
Perfect character for it too.
Here's a boar. Why not? Okay. So you guys start making your way back to Targos.
Okay.
Alright. Let me pull you over to Targos map. Because they updated things, and now things are back what they were
Is that where we live, or is that
originally.
not where we live?
No.
We don't live there. Is this
No.
where the bad guy is? The
No.
bad guy
This
is-
is where the
She might need to go
Zentharum
out.
were that we kind of pissed off.
Yeah, the bad
Oh
guy.
yeah,
is-
yeah, those guys.
Yeah.
Where's Targos?
I gave that guy the stank eye.
Cass got a dagger thrown at him.
No,
Did you?
I did.
Cass got a dagger thrown at him.
Yeah, yeah, you did. You played the door game. Like, can't hit me. Can't hit me. What?
It was doing the finger, the I see you.
Mhm.
Okay. You guys. All the maps reset, so I have to change things. Map. Map.
I want a snack now.
No, once we finish our business in Targos, we could stop by Bryn Shander. Now, I do want to say, am I allowed to keep these ingots, or do I have to return them?
I thought we were going to give some of those back.
Okay.
We never really actually had that whole discussion as a group.
Right. I thought.
I
Yeah.
mean, because no, from what you said, the guy's pretty shitty smith. I can probably make some pretty good things out of this.
So my.
But
thought-
returning some of it, we might be able to get some money for.
Well, I think the big thing was that we would get the good favor of the dwarves, which
Exactly.
could come in handy. That's the big thing. But I think that's a group discussion.
How far does the favor of the dwarves go in a time like this?
I have no
Won't
idea.
go until we have to ask him that favor.
I mean,
But
dwarves
honestly,
are a large race. I mean, I imagine.
They're actually
one
No, they're
dwarf
pretty
all
short.
related.
race.
Aren't all dwarves related somewhere or another?
Wow, you were very racist.
That's
That's like saying
They all
me,
look
a
like
dark elf, being related
people.
to a regular elf.
Like me.
that's like saying Xanavor is related to Arlen.
No,
That's
like saying
insulting.
Xanthropoth, you are related to horse, and
Hey,
it's
now, I am
possibly true.
Oh, that might deserve a hoof to the face.
I know,
But
right?
that's a Nas if he'll allow it.
I would prefer not to have PvP,
Okay, but
But-
you gotta see.
especially not in the main game. If you want to have
It's
PvP
not
on
fair.
like Tuesday,
So I
Maybe.
guess
Not fighting, but education is definitely in order.
So
Chat.
He
You
did
have
just
not
call a
been
centaur a
public very
horse.
long. The
So
world
here-
is quite changed.
okay, but all right, fine. But all I'm saying is, if all we need to do is convince the dwarves that we found a majority of or even some
Like a
of the
quarter.
ingots. We don't even have to give them all away.
Oh,
But I think a little bit will go a long way.
give him about 50.
you remember the dwarves were in Bryn Shander as well. They're not in Targos.
Yes.
So you still
Yeah,
have
that's
a
what we were
little
talking
way.
about.
Oh, okay. But either way, I mean, we'll just convince them that was all we found.
And what of the other 50 ingots that we're carrying?
They're the magical bag of.
No, I'm carrying 50. There's 200. There's another 200 in the bag of holding, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That I can use.
Yes.
And that's up to you
Yes.
guys, but I kind of feel like that might be a good idea.
I don't know.
agree. I think
Tricking this guy who sounds like he's a trickster of himself and makes shoddy product.
We're not giving.
I don't think he will fall for that as much, and
Should
we
make
could.
for a good chat.
Nobody
I'm-
ever said he was a trickster. He just, from what we heard, he was just a
No.
shit smith.
Right, but you're right. We don't know, but I'm just going off of assumptions. And when you have someone that's trying to sell crappy product, and I think that he was in line with some other shady people as well. you're probably doing some other shady things. And if you piss him off and he doesn't believe you, like, oh, hey, here's 50 of the, so much.
I mean, there were
it could
goblins.
cause-
We
it
could say the goblins got to the other 200 before we could get to them.
No, yeah, it's
You
just
don't even
this is
have to
just
lie.
an open conversation.
Yeah.
Can we not do this while we're out in the snow? Can we wait till we're indoors?
We're
I'd like to get
surrounded
out
by
of the bloody
snow.
snow.
We're walking and talking.
He's really not that smart, is he?
6 miles of conversation.
No, this is not pointless. We're doing this when we're not even there.
We're talking about what we're going to do.
Getting a plan.
Talking ahead.
In this
And-
group, we definitely need to have a very ironed out plan.
Stop
before
bitching
we-
about the snow.
Like I said, I'm pretty neutral on this. I just think we need to talk about everything. I kind of like the idea of you using it to build stuff, but I think I'd go with any option. I'm not sure if tricking him is going to be the best option because it could have some pretty negative results.
So what if we went in it fairly, and there are 300 ingots, right, total?
I believe there
250.
are 250.
Okay, so that's 125. That could be our payment for retrieving the ingots. We put in the work. We went through the danger.
You were promised payment.
Yeah, we were
Yes.
promised payment.
We were promised a lot of payment for these.
Maybe our lots
More
of
than what they're worth.
Which makes me think somebody.
Was it really more than what it was worth?
It was like,
something more valuable, or we could say we want the ingots instead. As
I mean, if they're paying more than what it's worth, and we get favor of the dwarves, I think it might be good to turn it in. Then, that's 2 positive possible outcomes, and who
but
knows?
to get this many supplies at once
I-
would be a
Deal with the
rarity.
repercussions
I mean-
later if it destroys a small village or something. We'll figure that out later.
I mean, you're right, Santikov.
Offer, and we can throw down if it comes to it.
If
We can throw down.
But also, if we have this, like, for instance, we have this guy that hates us, and he's obviously in line with these bad people,
Are
and
they? Did we confirm?
I don't think
I
it was
don't
ever
know.
confirmed he's in line with bad people. We
It's-
just heard from a dwarf that he's a
That's
shitty
what-
smith.
it's assumed. No. I'm talking about the town that we're going to.
That?
Targus.
Oh, yeah,
Mayor.
no.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. We know he's in line with some bad people. Maybe having the dwarves on our side might be a good thing.
They're a network of little people, and yes, it can't be bad.
Little people is actually like the first time I think we used the correct type of phrase.
Oh,
Except I think he said it in a mean way that was worse.
Maybe.
It was
Yeah,
worse
I think
than
it's
the actual
I think it's
intention.
actually correct to call them dwarf.
Like he was accidentally politically correct.
While intending
That's
not to be.
progress.
while trying
Yes.
not to be.
Yes. I'm gonna chalk that as a.
The smart bearded fellow said he really wanted these.
Like I said, I'll go with whatever you guys decide to choose, but I just think those are
We can talk about it more later.
those are
Of course,
definitely
just let
some
me do the
options.
talking.
No.
Should we?
No.
So,
Should we,
as
though?
you're all having this conversation,
Right now.
you are approaching the gates of Targos.
Oh shit. Okay.
We're back.
Where are you heading first?
Garrett's.
Garrett and what's Space's
Yeah.
house.
Oh, yeah.
I have the name.
Oh, Garrett's place.
Garrett.
Keegan and Garrett.
Oh yeah.
Keegan, yeah. Definitely have to check in with them. I have to check in with Boy, make sure he's okay.
He's probably overworked since Cass made him pull 2 people.
One was a
I'm not the
halfling.
selfish person who literally made the dog pull 2 people. He was very capable of walking himself.
You talking about Xanavor?
Who was
No.
that?
Okay, I was like, no, he's not.
I think he's talking about Garrett.
Yes.
So
Pretty
this
sure
is
Garrett
literally
was
the
still
dog's
under.
job, so I'm not worried about
Dogs.
it. I said
Plural.
the dog's job. The dog's is his job.
Dog guy.
You approach the house of Keegan and Garrett.
A knock.
Okay.
No, it's
Your hair and my mouth. Thank you.
No dogs. I was just kidding. It was me.
You hear
Boy, is
all
that
the
you?
dogs barking inside. Suddenly, there's people at the house. Good thing all the dogs know. Now the whole neighborhood does. Keegan opens the door. Oh, you're back.
Yeah.
So glad. Garrett just got home this morning, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Man, we made really good timing, you guys.
Yeah, what took them 2 days on a slow pace took you guys a day and a half because large elks.
It probably would have made them faster if they had more dogs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Looks like Kaz.
Could have been
You can
back
look
in
all you
half
want.
that.
But you know what? They would have been eaten.
All the dogs did arrive back, too,
Thank
by
God.
the way.
And I knew it would happen.
There's one thing I don't tolerate is dog death.
They're well trained.
Dog death in D&D.
So you got Garrett back. You got your dogs back.
Yes, come in.
We are-
I walk in.
You see Garrett sitting on what would be like the couch and just covered in dogs. And he's got all kinds of huskies that think they're lapdogs.
The boar comes in.
All
He's
the
well
dogs
trained.
bark. And they're like pointers pretty much at this boar and just growling almost.
I
Keegan
say to
goes,
the boar and
I
Sylvan.
would have your animals wait outside.
He's well trained.
Go outside, Zanzikoth.
There's a lot of dogs in here.
He's good with animals.
Have you ever had a riot from dogs?
These are boar hunter dogs. They're trained at boar hunting.
They will eat it.
I say to the boar, go outside and just stand guard.
He snorts and walks out the door.
If anyone comes near, squeal.
If somebody comes near just so Zach has to be that voice really loud.
Waits outside. Gwen is kind of waiting too, next to the stable. All the dogs are at the window just staring out, just kind of lowly growling now. Just watching. You were successful. Thank you very much. I'm very happy to have Garrett back and all the dogs, thankfully. You were wanting to know information on Prudence, right?
Yes.
Definitely. Any information you can tell us would be very helpful.
That bish.
That bitch.
I don't remember specifics. Did you bring up the cauldron with him?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I was like, oh.
We were talking about how Prudence stole the cauldron, and we asked them for information on Prudence and or the location of the cauldron if they could find anything.
We told him Meredith was a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, we pretty much laid it all out, didn't we?
Well,
We really did.
you may not need Prudence anymore, but I have found the cauldron. The speaker just recently opened up like a soup kitchen in Triglio. He's
Where's
feeding the
Triglio?
poor there.
This motherfucker.
Is that another town?
No. It's kind of like our general store here. It's in the middle of town. He points you back towards it. It's about 2 or 3 streets back.
This motherfucker's using our stolen cauldron to feed the poor. What a fucking asshole.
And
I
you
know.
gotta steal it
I know.
And now
That
we're
is
gonna have to steal
our
it back.
Cauldron.
Steal it back.
Wait,
So, question
Moral
is,
dilemmas.
wait,
is
wait.
We want to feed the poor in our original
is this
town.
soup
town called
kitchen
House.
open? Is this soup kitchen open 24 hours?
I don't believe so. I mean, everyone has to sleep.
Well, then we just sneak in overnight.
Hold on, wait. Is this really our problem? Why don't we just go tell the other town that this town took it and make them fight it?
Yeah, let's start a
Well,
war.
we were paid to bring it back.
No, we weren't.
Well, we weren't paid. We were promised payment.
We were asked nicely to bring the
We
cauldron.
were like, hey, if you bring this back, we'll pay you.
Right, but we found it. Right?
Yes, but
They
we need to
weren't-
bring it back.
They didn't ask us to find it. They asked us to bring it back.
Are you,
Damn.
are you trying to weasel us?
Hey, we found it. Cool.
I mean, it's just a
where is
town.
it?
Who really cares?
You got fine.
No, I like Xanthikos' idea of sneaking it and taking it back.
Insert Bender meme. You know, how much is that cauldron? It's not for sale. Okay, I'll just buy these robbery tools instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Keegan and Garrett, can we, I don't want to say use your house as base of operations, but would you mind if we stayed here and we can scope out the soup kitchen? You know, use your house as a base of operations,
How about
actually.
we check out the soup kitchen just to see how it looks?
Ah,
Some of us check out the soup kitchen. Some of us stay here and plan.
It's a
Was
Well, I'd
fantastic
like to
idea.
keep my
The
eye out
approval
for
first.
I was like, Keegan's kind of giving you like this, I don't know look, and Garrett's sitting on the couch like, Keegan, they saved my life. Just let them stay here for a little bit. It's all right.
second
We
super
did also
I'm already
destroy
moving
the
furniture.
door.
Sands the couch just pushing the couch across the floor.
Keegan and Garrett, give me some of the most ragged clothes you guys own. I'm gonna go in undercover.
I mean, you're already looking pretty raggedy.
I feel Keegan's that stereotypical.
Shouldn't you be outside, Zanzibar?
House
Shouldn't you?
stereotypical house husband that's just kind of like, oh God, they're moving the furniture now.
Yeah. Even that's-
I just got it back.
Oh.
They had to move it the last time they were here.
No,
and
we
there
haven't
was
had
snow
the
inside the
couch
house.
guarded.
We didn't put the cover on yet. God damn it.
I just mopped the floors.
No, those
I just
those are
fixed the floors.
decorative towels. They're not for use.
Those are the dog's towels.
Oh, bother.
Keegan
No,
just kind
I
of
think
sighs
we-
and is like,
Stay a couple of days. We need to see if there's guards, what the rotation is like, get on their schedule, and let's do this smart.
I mean,
I love that our first planning is to rob the poor.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't there. We need to feed our poor.
I think
Yeah,
Yeah, we've
it's
got
just
poor
a
people
town.
too.
Who cares?
we
And
love
ours
our
poor,
poor
we're
more
poor.
than the other poor.
Yeah,
Sure,
we need
They
to
stole
improve.
from our poor. They stole from our poor to feed their poor.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait, this is foolproof, but what if we convince their poor to come join our poor?
Come
We
over
hit
to
you in
our-
the head.
still have the cauldron, just in a different location.
And we'll sell our house before this happens.
Yeah, we'll
It's a
still.
neighborhood value.
The
Still
value is
down.
going to go down quickly.
Oh, what the fuck, you guys?
Oh my god.
I hand Kaiwani a jug of wine.
Well, I look at the group. I feel we should send people that aren't going to stick out. Kind of looks at Sanzakov like, sorry.
I agree with you.
Aw. Well, we can.
I could help.
Or have any type of.
I look at Xanavor and just go. Well, actually, now that I think about it, I look at this
It'd
whole
be
group and
Xanavor
go,
and
This whole group.
Xanadu
right?
or
Arwen is
Cass.
the face
Arwen.
of the party,
Arwen's
technically.
the only
Yeah.
one.
I feel like it would be Arwen and Cass and maybe Xanavor.
I was
Dude, I don't even
actually
know.
thinking Arwen, Kaz, and me.
We'll just tuck
You're-
Think
I-
Because
I would much
I-
rather have you.
Kobold.
I look like a poor creature that would need food.
In worst case scenario, I'll just put a leash on you.
I said I was thinking me as a possibility, but that doesn't have to happen.
I can
I would
always
actually
alter
much rather
myself.
have you because you're.
I also wear a big. It hasn't really shown much because I haven't had to need it, but I actually wear like a big heavy hooded coat that, for the most
I
part.
can disguise myself.
As what?
Cersei's, couldn't somebody use disguise?
I don't know. I'm
He
I
getting.
can
disguise
alter
his-
myself.
He
Yeah.
can disguise himself as an actual horse.
Yeah, it's a man riding a horse. I have the spell disguise self I can take.
Well, couldn't he just disguise himself into two people? Just
Yeah, I disguise myself as a man riding a horse.
Sure.
Eric, I've heard you both times. Just making sure that you know.
I I have not heard Eric, so I'm sorry.
I heard him.
I can't hear him at all.
Eric, speak.
Oh, sorry. I can disguise myself. It's pretty easy.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
I can alter myself to look completely different if I need to. It's not unheard of magic.
Yeah, plus think about the last time we were in. Everybody had hoods up. You couldn't tell who was who anyway.
No, that was the other town.
Well, either way,
That's most of the
still-
towns that you've
Yeah.
been to. Most of them
Oh,
have.
is this one too?
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
town
You're in the
matters.
winter. Everyone is covered up.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell who's who just from behind.
Right. So I think we could all probably. Well, sorry, Xanthicott. But I think we could all probably
Yeah, sorry, Xanthicott.
make our way in there.
Well, we don't need all. We should send 3 people. I'd be totally cool with Castiel, Zanzikov, and Arwen going.
The 3 normal.
Mm.
Normal.
Did you mean
Castiel
Xanavor?
Xanavor.
I meant
Xanavor.
Xanavor.
I was gonna
meant
say.
Xanavor.
I'm looking at Xanthicott like, nah.
He ain't
don't
normal.
think
So
Yeah,
I
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna
have
stick
to-
out.
No, please be careful because you made an enemy of this man.
Cass is already ripping off.
I'm looking at Arwen to be the
Right.
intellectual of the group, of this group going out.
Oh, thanks.
I kind of just nod like, yep.
Xanavor, you don't do well with people. That's why I didn't want to send. That's why I didn't think it was a good idea for you to go in the first place.
So are we sending Cass, Arwen, and Xanavor to Triglio?
And was everyone
Pretty
else?
hungry.
Is everybody else cool with that? or-
I'm alright with that.
I'm alright
I'm
with it.
I'm iffy on that Xanavor, but
I mean, I'm
What?
getting
He'll
away
be
with
fine.
Zanzivor or Prey.
I'm iffy on Cass, but
Keep his mouth shut, don't worry.
yeah.
I didn't want to say it, but I'm iffy on both Xanavor and Kaz.
Just send Arwen.
I am very
I was thinking about just saying Arwen.
fine
should
too.
we stay a couple
Good.
alleys away? Should we kind of keep an eye out on the outskirts of the building? Maybe
I could.
That'd be a great idea.
I could hide outside and
You could
just
actually
back
sneak
up.
in with us, probably.
I mean,
He needs to be a lookout. He needs to be watching for guard rotations and different stuff on the outside.
We're just gonna go get some lunch.
Well, we'll see how y'all do. But me and Zanzikov, if it's okay, we're gonna stay back, and I'm gonna take some more wine out of that jug and
yeah, do some
eat up.
planning.
Pet the dogs.
Yeah, they all seem to have moved away from the window now.
Or we could just send 2 people instead of 3. Do we need to send 3 people to group up?
I don't like splitting the party.
Well,
We're not really splitting.
we're not. It's real. It's literally like a
Right
block.
down the street.
And it's
How
a-
much trouble can they get into?
It's one building.
One building in a town, though.
They can blow if they get in trouble.
Because I think we're like here.
You're
They're going
actually
like there.
No,
Oh.
But
I
where's
thought-
the other place?
I thought that was the inn. I thought we were over here.
No, the Luskin Arms.
We didn't go to the inn here.
I know.
Oh yeah, we did the
Luskin Arms is here. This is
uh-huh.
Keegan and Garrett's. It's a bigger house. They keep this side one for the dogs.
Oh, so was the house we were at last time over here?
Oh, there's Triglio.
I swear last time we were over here.
We went to a shop, yeah.
We did go to our shop.
We were in a little
Uh,
house.
You went to.
We went to the Luskin Arms.
You started walking towards Three Flags Sailing, but then you
That's
were
what it
caught by Boy, who pulled you back to the Keegan and Garrett's. Yeah, this was
I
three.
mean, yeah. if you
we
say it's
never
over,
went there.
if you say it's over here, then yeah, it's over there. But I could have sworn we were over here.
No, I mean, it's a 3-5 sailing.
Yeah, because this would be the easiest place for them to have the dogs and the sleds, because they can go out. The gate.
Okay.
Alrighty. Do we have a plan?
Sure.
I guess I'll just be waiting outside.
I'll go on inside and see what's going on.
I actually honestly,
Get them
follow.
guidance or anything on their way, like during
but before we send people, I actually do think it might be better just to send 2 instead of 3. We don't want to send a big group that's gonna attract much attention.
What if we just went in 10 seconds after the other? Then it looks less suspicious, right?
It might take notice of all of us.
Because actually, it might be better just to send. Since Xanavor can disguise self, it might be best just to send Arwen and Xanavor in.
That works too. I got dressed up for nothing.
Do you have the ability to? Do you have the ability to disguise yourself or anything like that, Kaz?
Absolutely not.
Castiel's pulling the Grinch right now. He's trying on a bunch of things in front of a mirror, going, ooh.
I just got crazy. I just have crazy persuasion. That's all.
Yeah,
That's what I'm kind of worried about. I would rather.
I'm afraid that you're going to end up barking at somebody.
There's going to be a dog, and he's going to bark at it, and everyone's going to be like, yeah, I don't like that person.
Okay, yeah.
But we do need someone who can persuade with us. That's the only thing.
I can persuade.
Do we need to have the ability to persuade anybody?
Just in case we need a smooth talker.
Proper to be a
And then
I
go
feel
ahead.
like
Let's just stick.
I feel like Arwen can talk to people.
Or we can just stick with the plan and send 3, and I'll wait outside. I just was thinking 2 might be better than 3, but we might be overthinking it. Let's just do with the plan we were doing. Just
D&D, you
three
overthink
going.
everything.
I know.
Yeah,
Overthink the
D&D.
plan, try the plan, dice roll fucks up the plan, new plan.
New plan.
Yeah. The plans never go how they're supposed to in
Never.
D&D.
And it's not even like they don't go how they plan. It's literally like, okay, plan. Walks out door, instantly
Natural.
doesn't go as planned. Yes, it's instant. It's like, okay, all right. Let's just stick with the plan. You guys go and you guys can go inside. I would advise Xanafor to dress up as like a homeless person or something.
If better. And I
Like he already
proceed
is.
to change my physical appearance, like skin and everything, with magic.
We're gonna be the most
Yeah.
Yeah, you just watch Xanavor like lift up a hand towards the top of his head, and then as he slowly does that like face wipe thing, his entire face changes, and he looks like a little bit more rugged version of Garrett. Looks like he's been in the jungle for a couple of years. Think Robin Williams from Jumanji after he gets out of Jumanji.
Perfect.
So crazy, old man.
This poor old man down on my luck.
Oh, that's impressive.
Do you do the face noise?
No, but I look at Garrett and then like, can you? I mean, help. Put some makeup, something, maybe a mop on my head, make it look ragged.
I
Anything.
can attempt. Yeah, give me a second. He runs back into what you would guess would be the bathroom, and brings out like this palette of stuff. Looks to be kind of like a disguise kit. There's like makeup and latex and different types of wigs and stuff. And he's just like, I think I got just the thing.
Shit is.
He looks at you and goes, do you prefer brunette or blonde?
I would be a brunette.
These guys got some kink in their closet. Some fishnet in
He
there.
pulls out this almost like pompadour-like hair, but it's like a dark brown. And just kind of places it on your head. And you're like,
Is Cass bald?
this will work.
Not really. No.
No, he's got like white hair.
Yeah.
But yeah, he places this wig on your head and just kind of smooths it out. Puts some makeup over the edges of it just to make it go mesh with your skin. You come out looking like a whole new person. Like the Fonz almost.
Is your name Cass?
Hey.
Are you a girl? Are you gonna be a girl?
No. I'm not
You
a
can
girl.
be Cassie. Cassandra.
Come on, Cassie, I'll take you on a date.
It looks like
Oh, thank.
he looks like the Fonz. And you're like, name him Cassie.
We're going on a date to the local soup kitchen.
Hey, man, us poor people gotta stick together too.
We're going with the
Find love.
Oh, I
Welcome
love
to
this
Soup Kitchen
much.
Dating.
Poor Arwen, it'll just be the third wheel. It's just like,
Pretty
hey,
much.
That's my sister you're insulting.
Oh, Arvin, thank you so much for the introduction. I do highly appreciate it. You know.
You're very welcome.
that was a
So
very
you guys
southern
leave
gay.
Keegan and Garrett's.
Oh, Cassandra's a Southern belle, of course.
Are you guys... Who's all leaving the house and who's staying?
I'm staying.
I wish to God I could see this.
Kailani and Zanzicoth are staying, I believe.
Okay.
I'm just going to go out and wait outside and kind of just keep watch.
All right.
Craig, I want the whole story when you get back of how this turns out. Like play by play, blow by blow.
Give me a stealth check. Because you're going to be kind of stealthing through this, and you don't want to be seen with them.
Right.
So.
My blankie.
16. Okay. You look like, I mean, you're just kind of walking behind him. Every once in a while, you'll look at him and then look straight up. Like you're not trying to pay attention to him, but you get the feeling you're far enough off. People just think you're weird. You approach Triglio, which looks like a general store. It seems to be being run by a scarecrow-like fella. He's got, like, one arm.
I was thinking actual scarecrow.
He's very, like, thin. Yeah.
Okay.
Very thin, missing one arm. You Cass, Arwen, and Xanavor, you walk in.
Now, I ain't never heard of Triglio before. Now, I really appreciate this first date and all, but what are we doing here?
Heck, I don't remember last time I was here. I was blind drunk. You know that, fool.
Oh, Arwen, dear, I swear, this man, he just gets to my heart.
I know it. I know it.
Why are we all doing accents?
It's a disguise for one.
So
why don't we go find ourselves a table?
The proprietor kind of looks at you guys walking in, a little rambunctious, and he's like, "Can I help you?"
We was just admiring this fine establishment you got here.
It's mighty fine.
Where can one go to find a bite to eat?
Oh, you're here for the soup kitchen that they opened up yesterday.
We've heard good things.
Well, if you go on right past that door, he points off to the left. And you go through there, you can grab yourself a spot in the line.
Oh, is there no seating arrangements? Oh, you told me we were going someplace fancy.
Yeah, you know I don't know my way around these parts. I don't know where the hell I am half time.
Oh no, you two, just relax.
I'm trying. It is a bother. I'm just nervous, okay?
No new things scare you, but it's
I
alright.
know. It's just, I've always struggled with new things, but still. Mighty kind. Thank you, sir. We'll head on back.
He's kind of like
Start, moving them towards
weird,
the door.
weird smile and like, yeah, cool. As you guys walk to the door, you walk in and there's probably about 15 people standing in line right now. All of them fairly well covered up. You do see the speaker is currently standing there, just smiling and welcoming everyone. He looks at you and... Welcome into Triglio. You must be here for the soup.
Yes, sir.
See, word is that everyone's loving the soup. So, my boy here, he said we're going to go to the fanciest place in town, Triglio. He's going to get me some nice hot meal. Is that true? You guys got some...
Well, we do have a...
nudge him a little.
Not like enough to like notice, but like
You're doing great.
We do have a hot soup on today, yes. It'll be the broccoli cheddar.
Ooh, broccoli cheddar, mighty fine. It tastes so good. Mm.
He gives you that weird, like, smile, and he's like, well, you have a good day.
I apologize for them. He ain't been right in the head for many years.
What can I say? The drink takes a toll on you, but it's good stuff. Keeps you warm at night, you know.
seems
too many kicks in the head from the horse. He'll be alright.
That horse had it coming, kicking me off the damn saddle.
He's just kind of like, he's got that really like, this is really awkward. I don't know how to feel or say things at the moment to these people. So he just kind of like nods his head and smiles and then just walks away.
Damn it.
I'm thoroughly impressed by Xanavor right now.
Matt, did you mean Xanavor?
Yeah, I did.
You guys all stand in the line. It seems to go pretty fast. You get about a bowl each. Takes you about 5 minutes probably to get through the line. You do see that they do have a couple of like benches, like think like park picnic table. They've got some of those set up on the inside in a wider room. There's a couple spots.
Okay.
There's no white tablecloth, and
I gotta say, this is one of the best broccoli cheddar soups I've ever had.
It is. It has tables this time. Last restaurant we were at, we had to sit on the floor.
You know what? You know what I think we should do? I think we should go pay our compliments to the chef.
Oh, that's a mighty fine idea. I approve of this. What do you say, sis?
I personally actually agree.
See, we get along as family, don't we? See, we can get along.
Oh.
I mean, we may be second cousins and all, but
Oh, stop it. You're my third cousin. Don't you ever say such nonsense again.
Or will you two shush?
This just took a weird turn.
what happens in Targo stays in Targo.
It's method acting. That's what I say.
We're good. Straight faces. We're good. Calm
I
down.
just about choked on a goldfish. I am dying right now.
Good Lord.
I feel
The
like this is
idea-
like mom
So
The idea is to not stick out. And
you're sticking out a lot, but everyone's like trying to avoid you sticking out. So it's oddly working because everyone doesn't want to be near you. So you're well seen, but not well like received.
do you now see why we need to talk about the plan very, very thoroughly?
Hey, the plan's going smooth.
So
I
you
wanna
guys
hear it. Keegan
are
and
like,
Zanzibar
yeah,
are
let's
getting
give
trashed.
our compliments to the chef. So you get up, look around. Who are you looking for?
I don't even know.
I'm making a perception check because I'm actually looking for where it's coming from, if I recognize if the cauldron's back there or not.
Mhm.
So that's what I'm trying to do.
Or if there's anybody that's serving right now, like where they're getting it from.
Yeah.
All right.
Can I like try to like save some of the soup and like bring it back to like look it over, see if they put anything in it?
Yeah.
Text you.
I mean, it should be easy enough. You've got a kit. You could ziplock it pretty much, yeah. Ye old medieval ziplock. But
Or in
yeah,
one of my little flasks, or not flask,
vials and
containers.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah, that I carry. Yeah.
Yep. Easy enough for you to grab some leftovers. Get yourself a doggy bag. Go ahead and make the perception check. Tell me, like, who exactly you're looking for.
I'm just looking to see where they're getting the soup from, and if I can spot where if the cauldron's there. That's all I'm doing. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing the same.
Yeah. If you want to roll too, go for it.
I can't chrono shift it because they'll give us away. Sucks.
I mean, those are all pretty good rolls. They don't really seem to be hiding it. It's kind of behind a table where they're just sitting there with a ladle and filling up bowls and putting them on the table, like as people are coming up.
Does it look like in the cauldron that they're using that going down a lot, or does it look like it's just they're taking a scoop and it just stays the same, or?
It seems pretty steady.
Okay. So it's not like they have to actually reach in to get it. They just kind
Yeah,
of scoop.
pretty much. It just looks like they're constantly scraping the top.
Okay.
I got to say, Xanathor, this is the best damn cheddar block of soup I've ever had in all 10 towns. Excuse me, sir. Who made this, by the way?
Who are you asking?
One of the servers.
Okay. Oh, well, the speaker said that it was brought to us by one of his agents.
Oh, so someone just dropped it off for you guys, huh?
Yeah, they said they found it out in the wild. And it seemed to make endless soup, so he decided to open a soup kitchen free for the poor of the town that can't afford it.
An endless supply. Who ever heard of such a thing? You ever heard of such a thing, Arwen? Has anybody ever heard of such a thing?
All that pipe dream of fools.
I mean, you ain't ever got to do dishes? Nothing. It's just constantly in there. Anyway, so where is the speaker, by the way?
He's still walking around the room, like he's greeting people as they come in.
Okay.
Do we recognize any of his henchmen that may have nabbed the kettle at some point? Like, do we recognize that one tiefling dude or anything like that?
With your perception check, you do not see the tiefling around.
Okay.
But you do see other people just kind of like going around cleaning up.
Like his henchmen, or just people that he's just regularly hired that I've never seen
You're not
before?
sure.
Okay.
Hard to tell.
If I remember, his name is Merritt. That's correct.
Mares.
And he's a dick.
Nerith.
Oh,
Naerth. Nerith.
Oh, Nerith.
Nerith Maxildinar.
that's a mouthful.
Nerith, yep. It's Nerith. I don't know. What do y'all think? Maybe we should go ask him some questions.
Can find the bastard. Last I saw, he wasn't a happy person. Well, last you saw anyway. I just suckered out and got out of there. What do you say, sis? What do you think we should do?
Sister, brother, cousin?
Of the same mother?
A part of me wants to.
Oh, then why
How's it
hold
hurt?
back?
Well,
Tell her like near.
Nearby,
Is who nearby?
Nerith.
Yeah. He's walking around.
I was about to say, I don't know how I want to go about this.
Yes, let's go on and talk.
right now, I'm not the best at this talking type stuff. You know this, sis. Maybe you and my dear girlfriend here can go. I'll just tag along a bit. Nice like.
Girls' night out.
It's the gentlemanly thing to do. A gruff man approaching another man could cause a fight. You know how it is.
Yeah, you better just stay on back.
All right, now I keep my eyes out for any ne'er-do-wells and all that.
You just do your little crossword.
Ne'er-do-is.
Crosswords, pal. I'll take my whiskey. As he drinks from a flask of water, like it's like act like it's vodka. I was like, this fire water's so good.
Oh, you and the drink. Oh man. Oh.
Girls always stay warm in these parts. You know that.
Oh, come on now. Let's go on and find him and talk.
Well, at least go introduce yourself. That's all I'm saying. Don't be rude.
I'm trying
I'd rather
my
him
best.
to.
Yep. So you guys walk off and you're gonna go talk to Nerith?
Yeah, I guess so.
Apparently,
I'll be keeping an eye from a distance, but look like I'm kind of just being drunk.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys walk up to Nerith and he just kind of gives you that, oh fuck these people again, look as you walk up. He goes, yes, did you enjoy your soup?
Why, yes, we did.
Glad to hear it.
And Nerith, I must say, what you're doing here is just, uh, it's just a treat for all. I just can't believe you just go out of your way to help all the unfortunate people in this town.
I am a man of the people, miss.
Oh, I heard that about you. When they're like, oh, like Nerith over there, I'm like, oh, he's a man of the people. Look at this man right here. I, but what strikes me as odd though, Nerith, is this must be a very rare item. Like, one of your servers was saying that this thing never runs dry. Is that right?
It would seem so far. I've only had it a short time. It was brought to me by an associate of mine. They found it out in the wilds in the tundra.
What a strange thing to be finding out in the wild.
Yeah, something so valuable and...
A rare and lucky find indeed.
Can I roll insight on that?
Yeah.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
Bullshit.
That's my sister right there. Damn right.
Wait, I thought he was your third cousin. Now he's your sister?
It's all in the family, fool.
Oh.
So, again, though, Nerith,
I wish I
just to
choked
find
on that
this out in the
goldfish.
wild. I mean, it's just somebody just left it. That's weird, right? You guys, that strikes me as kind of odd. Come on, now where'd you really get it?
Well, whether they left it or not, like I said, it was brought to me by an associate. They found it out in the tundra. I doubt it was left out there. It would be a weird thing to leave out in the middle of nowhere, but maybe the people that had it before were attacked. You know, there's yetis that scour the tundra, crag cats, polar bears, all kinds of mean beasts.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I try not to travel through the towns not too much, just because. Luckily, I got my big protector over there. Well, he doesn't seem like much right now because he's a little bit hunchback on the south, but he's a good guy.
Quaint.
But he was actually talking about Arwen the whole time, pointing at hers.
Who? So if you don't mind me asking, so this associate of yours, does he usually go out and find like rare artifacts and rare things? Is this kind of like his job?
She, actually. My associate Prudence.
Oh, I think I ran into Prudence once, right?
I remember hearing that name.
Yeah, he owns that little shop over there across by the pond, right? Isn't that right, Arwen?
She stays at the Luskin Arms, where I have my office. She has her own private room.
Oh, I thought he was the shop owner up there. No.
Oh, you're thinking about the bald one.
Owen. You're probably thinking of Owen, yes.
Oh, that's right. That's right. We met Owen the other day. Yes.
Very
Nice guy.
gentleman.
I kind of just look at Arwen, like, oh, what do you got?
I'm kind of looking at him too, like,
Kind of looks you both over.
It is a very nice cauldron, though.
Very
Beautiful.
Yes, a gift from the gods in this endless winter.
Did you make the soup yourself?
No, the item seems to make the soup. We just will it to make it time in the morning, and it usually makes it for the rest of the day.
Game soup.
Well, thank you for your time.
Of course. And, your name, ma'am?
I'm Arwen.
Arwen. You seem familiar for some reason.
Oh, I've been around just kind of just walking around and enjoying the snow.
Now, don't misquote her. She doesn't get around like she just said. Or been around. She's got a familiar face. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Am I able to hear this, Zach?
Yeah, you're overhearing it.
Okay. I kind of pipe up. Did you just say my sister gets around, you fool?
I kind of start backing up a little bit, like,
Girl, I thought you were sweet. You're insulting my sister. I can't believe the words I'm hearing.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Nerith. I need to get him out of here. Obviously, he's making a scene.
I'm gonna have a talk with my lady here and defend my sister's honor. You don't mind? I like to go. Can we go, please?
We're gonna go.
I look
So,
at Nerith.
During this entire performance, Xanavor and Castiel, are either of you proficient in deception?
Oh, am I?
Are you?
I am.
I am, actually.
If you are,
No.
go ahead and roll.
No, I'm not proficient. No, I'm not proficient. Sorry.
Oh,
God!
But I do have a +3. Holy shit.
it's better
That's
if
better than that.
I can't chrono shift that, can I?
You can, technically.
Will it be obvious that something happened if I do that?
It wasn't obvious to Kailani whenever her arm randomly
That's
moved. So
12.
It's like a deja vu, I guess. You're just like, whoa, like
Yeah.
fucking glitch in the matrix.
yeah, and I mean, people are paying attention to you, but they're also trying not
Did
to
I
be
die?
paying attention.
Okay. So yeah, I rolled a 12 then.
Okay. Yeah, he just kind of looks you over. Well, I do need to get back to work. We should be closing up soon.
Thank you.
That was mighty fine to meet you. Sorry, the sauce.
You should probably get your friend home.
I told you, I gotta get him out of here sooner rather than later, obviously.
Oh, you're sweet. I can't wait to kiss you. Come here. Goes to do a kiss and misses.
He walks away very quickly,
Oh,
obviously
God.
uncomfortable with what's going on.
I'm uncomfortable with what's going on.
Come on, y'all. Let's get on
Mrs.
out of here.
He
I've been
intentionally,
listening to this episode on repeat the entire week, like my drive to work.
he intentionally misses Castiel, gets him on the shirt, go, oh, I missed. Darn it, quit moving. Just almost acts like he passes out. Like
Dude,
he's,
I wish
he
more
breaks
people
character.
were watching
Alright,
this.
get
'Cause
off.
This would be fucking hilarious.
Good lord.
What did I
So,
miss?
you leave Triglio,
You missed everything.
at least walk out the doors. Where are you going
You're not
from
dead.
We're going back.
I guess we're gonna head back.
I whisper, let's
What are you going to tell the group? I want to
take
know
the
what
long
useful
way.
information y'all even
We
like.
what do you mean? We found the cauldron.
We knew the cauldron was there.
You didn't know it was
Xanavor whispers out loud
We knew it was the
to
cauldron.
Arwen and Castiel, take the long way in case we get followed.
Oh, that's a great plan. I don't think nobody gonna be following us though.
You'd be surprised.
I don't. You're right. He's right.
Well, they heard Arwen gets around, so some people might be a little interested in following her. I'm just saying.
All right, yeah. So we'll
God dang it.
we'll go off the beaten path a little bit, I suppose, or just take a different way,
Mhm.
then straight back to where we're wanting to go.
And still meet up with Cray so he sees that we're fine.
Yeah, Xanavor, you would probably head towards Cray right after you left. Just because you would know in the general area he was told to hide at.
Yeah.
Arwen and Castiel, you would make the long way around. Takes you a little bit, but
Back.
Xanavor and Cray would get back early.
Can I look around, make sure no one's following me?
Yeah, make a perception check.
Can I do that for me?
Damn.
You go that way.
You can also make. Yeah. It doesn't seem like anyone followed you.
Okay. And as I turn the corner, meet up with Cray, I just do the whole pop thing and revert back to myself, look at him, go, God, I felt so stupid doing that whole thing. If I ever have to do it again, I swear I will blow into the 9 hells. He's like livid, but he's like, damn it.
So demeaning, so degrading.
So demeaning a man of my
I feel like an evil
stature.
power.
So,
Did you actually kiss Cass?
around the corner?
No, he got him on the shoulder and acted like he was drunk enough to get him.
Okay.
Yeah, so, yep.
So that happened.
You guys
All that
make your way
shit
back. Castiel and Arwen, you both look around. It doesn't seem like you're being followed. There's some people on the street, but they don't seem to be paying you mind at the moment.
Awesome.
All right. Well, then we'll, I guess, try to meet up back with Xanavor and
Zanzibar, you mean?
No.
Oh, yeah.
No, Zanzibar.
Okay. Yep, you guys all make it back to Keegan and Garrett's.
I look at
that was Well, that was fun.
That
I
You guys
really
was-
look
walk
at-
in and you
You
see
walk in and it's just
Kyla,
chug,
and
chug,
Garrett,
chug,
The other
chug.
one is just like pounding them back. There's cards and dice on the table. There's some coin. I think maybe Xanthikov maybe swindled, a couple coins. But we're
Thought
fucking hammered.
I thought the point of you guys staying behind was to plan stuff.
You see, we did plan. There's sketches that we put together of how we're going to redecorate y'all's rooms because we didn't think you'd return. So we mapped out our house.
There's a note that just says "Run in and run out with cauldron."
We're like, plan accomplished. Let's drink.
Looks like you guys have fun.
Well, I had some great stew.
Hey, welcome back, you guys. How did it go? Tell us everything.
If you guys were drinking the whole time they were doing this, I need both of you to make me a Constitution check.
Oh god.
Damn it,
You're dead.
Austin! It's the consequences of our actions. I don't like it.
Question with advantage because I'm a drunk.
With advantage because you are literally a horse and you can hold your alcohol.
But
Doesn't matter.
Still rolls a 6.
You think
You are
not.
both trash. You and Keegan and Garrett have been sitting here throwing back shot after shot.
Yes.
The dogs are
Yes.
all over the
red
place.
wine.
The boar's
Who chooses
inside.
wine?
You guys think you were a mess at Triglio? You walk into an utter disaster.
Best episode
Kalani's
ever.
upside down doing a kickstand.
But wait, I think Garrett and Keegan have to roll too to see if they're just as hammered as we are.
Oh, I already rolled. They were like not as bad, but Garrett rolled a natural one. Keegan, of course, kept it cool. He rolled like a 12. So he's like, yeah, we're cool. I'm just buzzed. And then Garrett is gone.
Keegan's running around like picking up all the shit that we spill,
Yep.
and it's just like, okay, guys. Like, okay, oh, that's funny. Oh, please don't knock that. Oh, he picked the floor. Oh my god, I just mopped. And
The horse
is being the
on
mom
the
friend.
floor.
That sounds like
And
me.
he was one
Not
of the
me.
right now.
Kinda.
I told you to keep your pets outside.
See, I think the funniest part is that the people that do watch the YouTube video won't be able to see chat.
oh, and the chat's the best. Oh,
The
but
chat is our
when
chat.
she sees Arwen come in, she
What
does
happened
run
in
up and
chat?
give Arwen like a sloppy, like drunk hug, like, oh, I'm so happy you're here, and I missed you, and I love you, man. Like, I love you, man.
You guys are alive.
Don't touch me. I already
She
almost
reeks
had a
of
close encounter.
booze.
You need a bath.
I know.
Love you too, but you
Guys,
need a
guys,
bath.
I made drinks.
Pray, did you see anything while we were gone?
Yes, correct.
I don't know. Did I? I wasn't here.
I
Oh no.
Longest ever.
Cray, make a retroactive perception check.
Ray took the longest bathroom break in an alley.
I'm drinking.
Woo!
I might need a drink to forget what we just did.
No, I'll be good.
Listen, we had a tough road. We were in the tundra and we climbed a mountain. And there was
Zendikov
Yeti,
hands you a bottle.
and I'm just like, look at this cool Triton I got, you guys. Like, look, when I shake it, it like lights up with lightning. How cool is that? And then I slam another shot.
Xanavor approaches Zanzikov cautiously, like, can I have a glass of wine?
Okay. So
I
while you
hand
guys
him
are
the
sharing alcohol, Cray, during the time that they were in there, you saw a couple people leave, and that seemed to be the talk of the people leaving, but it wasn't for bad reasons. Like, you were over here and just like, oh my god, there's this couple in there. They're obnoxious, and they're just causing issues. They're embarrassing the speaker. This is like the grand opening, and they're just making a fool of themselves.
This is beautiful.
But nothing bad.
I step outside and
I'll be right back.
And I say, listen. I start talking to Horse, and I'm like, I know I give you a hard time, Zanzikov, and
He just left.
You just call me
I
Horse.
thought he stepped outside
Damn it!
and started talking to Horse.
No, I can hear you.
Stepped
Oh.
I'm bringing the
outside.
headset with me. I just had the mic muted.
but you really are a good guy. You know, I it's just
Cat's
I
handful of
can't.
his alcohol.
No, Cat, he doesn't drink well. But yes,
Yeah,
he holds a heartfelt conversation with Forrest, thinking it's Santa Claus.
I just gave you a bottle of like straight whiskey. Like, oh, here you go.
Wait, so you are outside talking to Horse,
Yeah,
thinking it's Zan's dog.
Damn right.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I thought you were actually talking to me. No, you're talking to
So
the
did
horse.
I.
Nope.
Yeah.
I'm
I don't
talking to
even know
Horse.
what's going on
God damn
anymore.
it.
Erwin's just kind of like, what the fuck?
Zach is probably like, I had all these plans for this session.
No, you're good.
Like, none of them were
He's
this.
enjoying. He's laughing his butt off the whole
Great.
time.
When
Cray's
you guys
gonna,
RP, I have a good time.
Cray's
I
gonna
thought Zanzicoth and Cass were gonna have a bonding moment, but no.
I did too for a minute. Then I was
Like,
like,
oh my god.
Horse.
Cray's gonna attempt to sneak out of the house.
Oh shit.
And
Okay.
catch Castiel
Make a
and
stealth
Horse
check.
having a heartfelt-
With advantage.
With like tripled super advantage.
Oh my God.
27. Cray disappears. The dogs don't even see the door open.
I'm just gonna walk around the town, just to walk around the town, see if I see anything, and get a layout of the city.
Do you have a
Stanford.
Actually gonna
specific?
play D&D.
Do you have a specific way that you're wanting to go?
I mean, we're right here, so I would probably just walk in a circle like that.
Okay. Then I will reveal this one. Excuse me.
Xehanort approaches
It's the
Cassiel
town hall.
going,
So I
You
would
guys-
say you just go like that and just go around and
Yeah, most people don't pay you much mind. The ones that are able to even see you, because you blend in pretty well.
mm-hmm.
You do see them closing up Triglio. They're locking the front door. Bless you. The cauldron, though, is still in there. It's just locked.
I do want to spend a little extra time at Triglio.
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 Once they leave, I want to just kind of see if there's any back doors or just kind of get a lay of the building a little bit, walk around the outside.
Okay. Make an investigation check. Okay. There does seem to be a side door. It also seems to have like a padlock on it.
Seem like there's anybody in there?
At this time, you saw the people leaving and lock the front door. You haven't seen anyone else moving around.
Okay. Is there anybody like around the building? Like people walking around? Is it pretty busy or?
It's getting late. There's not usually a lot of people out even during like the daytime. There's not really anyone around at the moment. Not that you can see.
I'm gonna. Well, hold on 1 second. Let me double check something. Yeah, I'm. Thieves' tools are what you need to pick locks, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna attempt to pick the lock.
Well, he could pick it without thieves' tools, right? Without just at disadvantage, or is that no?
I mean, it depends on what you're using.
Gotcha.
You at least need something to try and pick the lock.
Gotcha. I see.
his nails.
I have so much alcohol I have to take off my
What do
inventory now.
I? That's not an option for me to roll. What do I roll for thieves' tools? Just like dex?
Isn't it?
It's a proficiency, so go ahead and roll. Do you have a dex proficiency?
Yeah, I have +4.
Like, do you have a skill, like acrobatics or...
Yeah, acrobatics. Yeah, I have acrobatics, which is +4.
Okay. And that's not an expertise skill?
No, that's just normal.
Okay. Then yes, you can roll acrobatics then.
I'd say you could
Of
just roll
course.
dex and add your proficiency.
Natural one. You jingle around a little bit on the one lock for the side door, and it seems like it's frozen. You didn't see anyone come out this door.
Okay. I'm just gonna. I don't want to spend too much time here. I'm gonna continue walking around.
Okay. Yep. You walk back around, passing like the three flag sailing. Do you go down towards the Luskan Arms? Do you walk back up towards Keegan's?
I definitely walk down by the Luskan Arms. I'm gonna walk down like this.
Okay. Yeah, as you walk past the Luskan Arms, you do see outside a Axebeak is currently stabled nearby.
Yeah.
Make a perception check too. You watch as you see what looks like a snake with wings fly out of one of the windows. And it flies off into the sky.
Did it look like it was carrying anything, or?
With that perception check, it looked like it had something around its neck.
Okay.
Like right at the base of its head.
Mm-hmm. Where's the main gate that we walked in at?
Down over here.
Okay.
Who's breathing in their mic?
Is there anything? Does it look like there's anything worth a note over here?
It looks like it's mostly just docks.
Mm-hmm.
But everything currently out where the water should be is frozen.
Okay. I'm gonna head back, but when I get to here, 'cause I'm guessing that's where I would have to go back this way to get back to the house, right?
Yeah,
So
unless
it's
you
like
wanted to
the hill.
climb up the side,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm gonna walk by. I want to swing by the Triglio again,
Okay.
going that route, and then my plan is to come back. Just
Make,
go back the way I came.
Make another perception check around Triglio.
Okay.
You do see what looks like a guard by the side door that you were messing with earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just kind of looking at the ground.
Okay. That's the only guard I see.
At the moment, yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna head back then.
Okay.
Head back to the house.
Back to the crazy house. So at this time, has Xanavor and Arwen joined in the drinking?
Xanavor had maybe a glass of wine. That's it. Nothing crazy.
About to say, Zanzigoth, you asked for wine, and Zanzigoth handed you the jug.
Oh dear.
I had none.
Okay.
I'm
Doodling my little
I
butt.
guess that means I went a little crazy.
So, Xanavor, go ahead and make a Constitution check.
Nice knowing everybody.
We're getting the wizard drunk.
Oh!
Oh, fuck off.
Ow.
Alcohol doesn't seem to be as effective towards you for some reason.
Party pooper.
I can hear that away from me.
Kailani's just like, Xanavor, here, have another. You just, it's not relaxed enough yet. It warms you up.
Keep drinking from the jug. There's a gallon in there. You drink and drink and drink, and it never seems to end.
Cray, what do I do?
He
What
holds
time,
it up to Kailani. He's
Chrono,
not there.
chrono shift yourself.
what time of day is it?
It's probably about 8 o'clock now.
I was like, if you're gonna say noon.
We're fine.
No, because they just closed up the soup place, too.
Ah.
So it's 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys did
Well,
travel
I guess-
pretty early in the morning, and then you spent most of the day walking around the city, talking with Garrett, and getting set up to go to Triglio.
So I guess I look around the room and pretty much everybody's just gone.
Except Xanavor is freaking out because they're asking him to
I'm
drink
not.
more and he doesn't know what to do.
Xanavor looks
I'm not
panicked.
completely wasted.
I look up.
Thoughts.
I look up at Xanavor and say, I'm going to bed. You want to join?
Yes, I'm going with you. Please don't leave my side ever again. I don't know how to function.
You want to join?
Nah, I'm gonna head back to my room.
Okay.
Or back to wherever I guess they're letting us stay.
Yeah, they gave
Xanavor's
you one of
looking
those.
into the room.
I just want to point out that Cray is the only one that like accurately played D&D just now. Like the whole mission, Cray was like, "All right, that was."
Hey, I played my character.
Hey, what we did was good, and it's part of what my character can do.
I feel like this session is what D&D
We
is.
learned a lot.
Is all
This is all
about.
D&D.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have plans, sometimes they go awry, sometimes you have things that make no sense and happen for weird
And
reasons.
sometimes you drink with the people you've been adventuring with.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sometimes you
have
ad-lib stuff you
stressful
regret later.
So
Sometimes you invite somebody to your bed that maybe you like, or like, I don't know, maybe I should have done that.
Once you go Centaur, you don't
oh
want.
yeah.
No, I'm saying because Cray was like, I'm going to bed. You want to join? Like, that's speaking of personal experience.
That's his get Xanavor out of a awkward situation card. Like, come with me. Okay, I'm going.
Xanavor or Cray doesn't like all that drinking, and it's just not something he really does.
So our mission is now get Cray drunk in game. Got it.
You guys
God,
all
person.
eventually pass out from alcohol.
Before we go to sleep, I want to talk to Xanavor.
Oh no, I'm scared.
Okay, yep. Everyone else is currently being sprawled out across the floor, the couches, any of the furniture. Someone's laying on the counter. You're all over.
Xan's
Arwen
got
actually
broke
goes
the
up to
couch.
a room. And then Xanavor and Cray are in a room.
I walked around the city. I checked out Triglio. Looks like there's a side door that we could use to enter.
Okay.
When I walked by, I did notice the town hall. It's close to the Three Flags sailing. And when I walked by the Luskan Arms, I noticed one of those flying snake things fly out of the window with something around its neck, maybe message or something. I'm not sure.
Would I know what he's talking about as a flying snake thing? Like
History
would I have
check.
seen him?
Go ahead
What?
and make a history check.
Say, didn't we see them in there when we were in there?
I don't remember. You might be right, but
I'm pretty sure he had a cage of them. The mayor did.
You did. You saw them whenever they were in the office.
so I know what they are. It's like okay.
Yeah, they're winged snakes.
Do you know do you happen to know which way it went? Like any estimations, maybe? Like towards I don't know, Triglio or something.
Do I know which way it went, Zach?
It looked like it was heading south.
South, maybe.
Do we know if anything that's south that he would try to reach to? Maybe someone higher up than him?
Maybe. I don't trust him. I don't trust this city. I don't like it here.
I don't either. They have a horrible place, Triglio.
And on my way back, I stopped by Triglio again, and there was a guard. So they definitely keep watch of it, at least somewhat. It didn't look like it was honestly super guarded, but there's definitely someone keeping watch.
I have a plan, but I don't know if it will work. What we could do is, you're the sneaky one, obviously. Yes, don't mind me, I'm thinking out loud, but what I was thinking is, we will distract the guard, and you will sneak in. That would be the best way. That way you can confirm the cauldron's there.
We could.
But we need muscle to carry it.
I mean, I could also try to charm him,
That's true. You are good at that. You get people
or
to do
even make
things.
him sleep.
I can't make him sleep, but you can. I can.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I overthought that. I can cause fear where he will be cowering in terror, but then he'll just run away, panicked, screaming, and bring the guards. So that won't work.
I think if we can try not to, if we can just knock the guard out somehow, either charm him or put him to sleep, just get the. My main concern is getting it out and getting it back. We can't just get in there and carry it all the way back.
That's true. We might have to borrow the dogs from Garrett, because we need to haul it, but the problem is...
It's a good idea.
It'll be obvious, though. And we have to bring him his dogs back. That's the other issue, because once they know it's missing and they see Garrett's dogs come back, they'll know that he...
We do have other things we need to do out in this area. If we bring it back and then we ride back with the dogs, I mean, it would be quicker travel, too.
That's true.
I think that's a good idea.
That, or we know where it is. We could postpone it slightly, take care of what's out here now, and come back.
It's probably not going to go anywhere, so that's another idea as well. It seems like it's in its fixed spot.
We better bring this up with the others, but still, anything else that you've noticed? Any peculiarities in the town?
No, what was the general feel that I was getting? Like, just, was it pretty dark and damp, or...
It was definitely cold. You did get the feeling every now and then like you were being watched.
Mm-hmm.
Just whenever you pass certain houses, sometimes you would just get that feeling like someone's watching me through the window or something.
Okay.
You didn't see a lot of people out at night.
Mm-hmm.
It does seem to drop in temperature as it gets later. So most people have probably stayed up bundled.
I mean, it's definitely quieter at night, but I just couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched. I feel like there's a lot of agents with the mayor that are in this town keeping watch. And what's the name of the people that stole in the first place that Zanzikoth was really horny to get?
Zentarum,
yes, okay. That maybe like the Zantarum are watching. Or maybe just agents of the mayor, but definitely got to be careful whenever we do go to take this thing. We need to get it and get out, because it's going to definitely cause a big issue.
I never showed
What
you
you're saying
there.
is we need to level up first.
Yes, and when if we do take this and then come back, it'll be hard to come back, because then we'll be wanted fugitives. I might be able to disguise myself, but
Well, I don't think we really... Hopefully, we won't need to come back here. This town doesn't really seem like it has much to offer.
Right, I miss home.
But there was that ship to the south that could have some really good ingredients and stuff for your magic.
To the south? I don't recall a ship to the south. Where was this ship?
That ship that crashed, that came through the sky. I really think that would be something that would be good for us to find, or could really help with some of your experiments.
That is true. Wasn't there a second ship somewhere?
There was a ship that Kailani was wanting to go to, but it wasn't. We could probably go there too.
Which one would be further though? Because logically,
I don't know which one's further, but I know that ship that crashed from the air, that definitely was really far. It looked like it landed a long ways away.
So you guys are...
So one Kailani's is after is deep south, and no, the one Kailani's after is not south, it's north. The ship that we saw that crashed is south.
The one that Kailani is around is somewhere in this direction.
That's really far too.
The one
far.
someone marked down here, that's where you guys think the ship is. So they're both about 20 plus miles.
At least that one is still like kind of in the direction, like that's way off. Damn Kailani.
My bad.
How dare your ship crash?
True. Hers is out of the way, but think about it. If she gets this done, she will be able to perform better. If that makes sense, she will be as distracted about fears of what happened to crewmates,
Well,
friends.
it's up to what the group decides. We are a group. I know we're not used to that. We're usually on our own, but
Yes, and I hate being around people.
You
That's why I'm
do
always around you.
remember-
You're
Does Kailani overhear that? And did she hear
You're-
people? As in,
you're
like,
passed out.
like,
yeah.
You are gone in the
Yeah, I'm
living
super
room.
gone.
But you do remember
Passed
that
out, like over in the back of Zanzibar, like with my hand still on the dog, like I was petting him.
sprawled. You do remember that Castiel had said something about going to Bryn Shander as well. And then, of course, you have to go back to East Haven eventually with the Cauldron. So it's all
While
been
we're-
pretty linear in the direction that you're
Oh,
going.
shit.
There was one important fact about the ship you guys just let out.
There was a white dragon on it.
There you go.
Oh, on Kailani's ship, yeah.
I don't. Oh, that's right. That the kobolds were going to that
Yeah.
ship.
Yeah.
They were dragon horny.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll have to discuss and is this something that we could plan and kind of keep an eye on and come back to, or if we really want to get it out? But before we get it out, we definitely have to have a plan on getting it back.
The dog sled idea is a smart one. It's just arranging it and then getting the dogs back. That's going to be the issue.
Maybe we could buy the dogs off of, or buy some dogs. Maybe we can find somewhere to buy some dogs, and we can just go around this tundra on these dogs.
You also do remember, Cray, that there was an Axebeak over by the Luskan Arms. And that's what the only thing that they used to pull it last time.
Ooh,
Oh, I didn't think about that.
you do know that also Zanskoth was the one that pulled it in the first place.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but we didn't pull it this far. We're going way further than we ever pulled it before.
And you had help with my horse pulling it too.
We had it on a boat, and then we just pulled it through the city. This is going a very, very long distance.
The centaur's still giant.
Over like
What are
rocks
you
and
doing?
crags and shit.
And if we had, and just in general, if we had a way to traverse this with some sleds, even without just doing our normal thing, like that would be so much more convenient going back and forth.
And we have to be careful because retaliation. Because from what I remember, the mayor said that Arwen looked familiar, so we might be marked. So therefore,
The mayor said that? The mayor was there?
the mayor.
Would I have known any of this?
You did not see him.
Yeah, because I don't think we even really talked about it. We got back and everybody was drunk.
Yep.
Why do you think I stayed sober to talk to you, Craig?
Drinking.
So she may have been recognized. He said she looked familiar, and that's what I botched in tactfully, despite what everybody else thinks, and got us out of it. But still, it's alarming that she was recognized. We need to move, and we need to do something quick before we are stuck.
Or we could lay low and leave and come back. If he ID'd her, that might be the better option.
Just make ourselves scarce for the moment and come back, but if we end up coming back, we don't have it, we might be kept out. That's the issue. Because then if we're wanted...
We can find our way in. Hell, we could even get some help.
That's true. We do know people inside now.
We are, we've been discussing about that metal. Maybe the dwarves could help us get this back.
Right, I forgot about the metal. I heard it was just useless metal, so I didn't care.
They said we'd be in favor of the dwarves. Being handy.
I like this, yes. Well, it's starting to get late. Perhaps we should go to bed and then bring this up in the morning. Hopefully they'll be sober enough by then to understand what we're talking about.
For sure. I'm sure they're going to be hungover.
And I'm quite happy you didn't freeze to death out there, because I know how kobolds could be with the cold.
Twisty
I don't
Bubble.
know. Doesn't really seem to affect me much.
Yes, and points of fact. Why doesn't this bother you? You are a kobold. Are you eating something out there and keeping yourself warm all day?
No, I don't know. I don't know. Colds never really bothered me that much.
Sandifor, make a quick insight check. Just trying to, like, read him over. You've spent enough time.
Oh, Xanafor, I'm being stupid.
Shh, I got 10 either way.
I mean, there's something different about him, but you can't quite place a finger on it. Maybe it's just his nails, maybe his eyes, maybe he's wearing his hair different. You're not sure. There's something different.
Kobolds have hair?
I don't know. You don't know either. It's an insight.
Yeah, on the dead insight, you know.
Damn, alright. Well, either way, I'm glad you don't freeze out there. I'd be terribly miffed if you were gone. Don't make me say it. You know, I struggle with these things. Showing kindness and affection is not my strong suit, you know this. It's never been. Not since, well, since him, but, you know.
Yes,
Well,
I know.
You can
I
discuss
overheard this. I
backstory
would ask
outside.
some prying questions, like,
All right. So let's go to bed. We got some planning to do in the morning.
yeah.
So, everyone that is drunk passed out is not going to be making any type of, like, checks overnight. So if you're wanting to have a shift for watch, it would be between technically Xanavor and Cray, and Arwen as well.
There's like 15 dogs. I think we're okay.
You'd be surprised. Some guy almost became your papa.
force
Don't
a
forget.
kid and a boar outside. The boar was told to keep watch,
The board poofed at the end of the day.
but it's not. But at the end of 24 hours or at the end of the day?
I think, does it say it's at the dawn or 24 hours?
What?
Boar.
You're
The boar is dawn.
at dawn, yeah. So in the morning, cool.
Talks throughout the night. Okay. Okay.
So technically the elves could have went longer, but I mean it would have been much longer.
You guys got a long ways. You traveled for a while.
Yeah.
Yep. So everyone passes out, drunk or sober. You wake up in the morning. A couple of you with hangovers definitely
Not at all.
took it a little hard. Garrett looks a little miserable, but happy to be alive. Him and Keegan are laying on the couch. Keegan's up pretty early as well. And
I'm on the floor.
yeah, he's in the kitchen cooking breakfast whenever everyone starts to wake up, smelling bacon and eggs and fish. And we're gonna end it there, as you guys are planning for the either heist or exit of Targos, and with a couple different paths you could go. So
Wake up and take a swig of water.
we can pick that up next
There we go.
week and figure out where we're going.
That was a beautiful session.
It was great. We appreciate you guys for stopping in. We will be back on Sunday is our next game for Princes of the Apocalypse, which should be pretty good.
That one, yeah, with the
Water God.
elemental just came in.
Yeah, the Water God. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
I'm standing
right
next
after facing Gar. So
We'll be fine.
Daddy issues.
Poor daddy issues. What will get themselves into next? We will see you guys next time. Good night.
Bye.
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 see ya.